pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, I cut you off there, Jody. What were you saying?
Carla had asked me about Chris's payment that he's making for that.
Do you want to come up?
Shut that, please. Yeah. Depends if somebody left it off. and
Even
it
you,
was-
Jody, have to come
I
to the
know.
table.
When I entered the room this morning, it was 81 degrees in here.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh,
I got cold, I'm sorry.
Huh?
Oh, Carla had emailed me
I
on
mean, I started
Friday.
sweating as soon as I seen it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I should
you
have thought when I left. Sorry.
Okay.
That's okay. Anyways, Carla had emailed me Friday to ask about, Chris must have submitted a payment for a project that they're doing. So she was just inquiring if it had to be paid now or if we could pay it later, just to let it sit there and earn a little more interest. So I talked to him before I came up here. He was going to find out. I don't know how quickly he'll find out, but he is going to check on it.
You know, we had that discussion last week that it's a 2026 budget.
Right.
So we really wanted to pay it in 2026, and then it showed up this week. So then, of course, I look at the opposite side of it. We want to pay it in 2026, but we'd rather have the
Last
money.
day?
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
so I just want to let you know I did talk to him and he is
Yeah,
checking
and
on
I
it.
went to Jody because Chris doesn't work on Fridays, so I thought maybe Jody and him had a conversation about it, so.
Okay. Sounds
There you
good.
go.
So now it's just, Chris is gonna let us know whether we need to pay that or not?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're
You
welcome.
look nice this morning.
Thanks.
Poor Jody gets all my questions recently. Working on these
When I
budgets.
saw the account payable line, I looked to see what the big one was.
The big
I
one.
saw that, so yeah, we could get that down the road, that would earn us some
Well-
money.
Yeah, I was thinking I understand if they actually, we wanted to pay it in 2026, but we really want to pay it at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't see any from the public. How about you, Shelby?
So I'm here in regards to the website committee. We have one proposal that we think is the best. Joe actually sent me, I think, anywhere from 5 to 6 companies. I reviewed the companies. I picked my top 3, and then I brought that to the website committee as a whole and let them go from there. We decided to choose 3 out of that group, test them out, see how they worked for us, what their proposals were, and Civic Plus was our #1 choice out of the group. So I wanted to bring up their proposal and their I can't even think of what to call it today. Yes, yes. Too early yet. Anyways, we wanted your guys' final sign off on it, or approval, blessing, whatever we want to go with today. But that is what the website committee had chose.
Well, first, I'm grateful for our website committee because I read through all that and it was not common language for me.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I have no idea if this is good or bad. So I'm glad you have a website committee. Who's on it?
Jody, Tammy,
No.
Joe Pruitt, Keith sat in on a few meetings, Amanda, and Russ.
Wow,
Right?
okay.
Okay,
I
so
think
so
that-
explain, just so everybody kind of knows, what about the website? What?
So
it'll be-
our current website was brought together way before I even started at the county. And there's a new law that came into effect, the ADA compliance. So this contract with Civic Plus will bring our website up to ADA compliance at the time of launch. At the time of launch, the ADA compliance is now back on us, but they have a program with Civic Plus that we can do a scan of our website. From my understanding, we can run the scan of our website as we're inputting stuff, and then me as our IT liaison can run it just to check and make sure that no one else has put anything else on, that they didn't by chance run it. to keep us in compliance.
Right.
So they take all the data that's already on ours and upload it and make it ADA compliant.
Correct.
And so do they make it better?
No, it's
It will be
actually,
much more user friendly, and we'll be able to it'll be more user friendly not only for us, but for the people visiting our website. It'll
It's
be easier for us to get information out there.
it's not gonna look like our website that we currently have. We're gonna do a whole redesign, new layout, new design,
Yeah, well,
hopefully a little new wording on different things. They're gonna advise us on what'll be best.
So when this takes place, I mean, is it just gonna be a switch? And so is the public gonna be able to know how to get there quickly, or?
Should be the same
The
web.
old
Same?
no, the web address will change,
Oh, I
because
guess,
we're
yeah.
hosted by CIC currently. So we will have to redesign, as Shelby said.
Okay.
It'll be
I just
the
wanted to be
department heads
clear on
working
here
on the
for what.
pages. But for the public itself, when we switch over, we will probably direct, I assume, from the CIC hosting site. And
Okay.
we will do, campaigns, social media campaigns, might put it in the paper probably.
All right,
To let people know where our new website will be. But it's not just a switch, like you bring this stuff over and we're
Overnight?
done.
It's not an
No.
overnight thing?
It will have to be
over,
we will work with them to rebuild it.
Over
It's a
time.
rebuild.
This is
But
a
then
like
when we do
6
roll
to
it out,
9 month
yeah.
project
Yes.
or
So you'll-
longer.
So you'll
6 to
work,
9 months, is that what you said? Okay.
so you'll work on it, and then all of a sudden, everybody will use it, right?
Yeah.
So you guys that have time to do this? I mean, how,
We're putting as long as this is approved, we're gonna put $1,000 deposit down, but we won't have the funds till 2027 to do the full project.
we have the monies in that budget, right? You added that
Yeah.
to the,
Yeah, it'll be in next year's budget. They had the understanding knowing that we would like to go with them. I negotiated the contract as best as possible. We did go from a 5% annual uplift to be applied in 2 years to 3%.
thank you.
Honestly, there wasn't a lot of negotiation with this
They just
company.
said yes?
They, no, I mean, as far as like,
Other
actual
portions.
negotiating terms, he was very upfront. This is a company out of Manhattan, Kansas.
I saw that.
So he was very upfront with what they could offer us from the very beginning.
Won't they have a redirect on our old website when the new one is up and running? Could they do that automatically for us? When you,
That we're not sure, that would have to come
Probably
from CIC hosting.
That'll be down the
Hosts
road.
us
okay.
to
I was
see
just
if they're
curious, 'cause
able
that
to
would
do that.
eliminate anything, if you log on to the old website, they automatically redirect to the new one until everybody learns what it is.
Okay,
We'll have to-
so what do we,
Can I ask one more question?
Mm-hmm.
So we pay CIC now to host a website?
Yes.
And what does that cost?
Not very much.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
We pay for what we get for it.
correct. It is gonna be the annual charge on this one is more than the annual charge that we're getting charged for CIC.
Okay.
But with this contract, we actually get help and
expecting more?
yeah, we're
Better-
gonna get
Nicer, flashier, more website.
correct. And if we have any problems getting a hold of someone to actually help us, we're going to get the support that we need.
I
So
saw
do you-
that there- excuse me, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask her what she budgeted for this, ADA update to the website. Do you remember what you budgeted, built
I-
into the budget?
I put 38 in there.
Oh, okay, good job. This is 36.
Yeah.
I saw there were add-ons on there like streaming or chat bots or whatever, Does this include any of those add-ons?
From what I understand, that everything that was in the proposal, aside from like updating web designs,
Okay.
I'm not sure. This proposal is very big.
There's
I know, when I was trying to read
Um,
it, it was like,
But there's 3 different levels, and we were quoted. Where was the? I apologize.
I saw the streaming was, I think, an add-on, and that would be valuable for streaming our videos. I don't know how that, I don't have any idea how it's going to affect what you guys do for
likely that the videos will already be included?
I don't know, and
There
that's
it
something
is,
kind of when we
premium.
talk about the budget.
But somewhere
Um,
it showed.
We use limited staff to do a lot of this
Then
stuff,
all
and so
of
that's
this, I guess
why,
you told them to go to
you
page
know, we don't have an IT department, we don't
two.
have, you know.
Yeah.
Just
those
have to play it by
offices,
ear and see how
those
things
things. Yeah, so
go.
we would like to work towards that, but
Okay.
I'm not gonna say that we're able to do that right off the bat.
All right.
And I just wanna stress the other thing, the biggest reason we're doing this is because we have to by legislation,
Yeah.
become
Right.
ADA compliant. I think Carly brought up a good question, like, do people have time for this? It is gonna be time consuming, but we have to do it regardless, so,
And I think most all department heads are willing to
yes.
find the time because it's
Okay.
gonna
The
benefit.
great thing is,
How
it'll be
will
more
it-
user friendly, and that's the
how
most
will it-
important thing to the public, more user friendly, we're all excited about that.
All
How will-
department heads are on board and think it's gonna be a great thing, they've looked at it.
How will the department heads benefit from this? Just give me an idea.
So like, I'll give you my example for election night, getting election results on the website quickly and easily. It's not an easy process, and what we use now is called Joomla for our CIC hosted website. It is no longer supported, and it's extremely difficult to use. Even putting minutes and agendas on the website, it's multi-steps, it's not clean and easy. You know, our website is as navigational as we would like, so when I wanna send people to the website to look at things, it's hard for me. So for my office, it'll benefit immensely that I can, cause I wanna get that information out to the people. I want them to be able to see it quickly, easily.
Yeah, cause it hasn't been on there till maybe not till the next day, some of it.
Well, the
in the
video's not
past.
put up till Thursday on
Right.
YouTube, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, those
All
are
right.
the,
Can
So
I
our-
ask one more question?
No,
Also, our current
Yes.
website, I'm one of a handful of people that actually know how to update it.
yes.
yes.
And
The
I'm not
current
sa-
one.
And I'm not saying that I'm proficient at it
Okay.
by any means.
Go ahead, Carla.
I was just, now, Jody, give me an example how it'll benefit your department.
So it'll be easier for me to put out, like when taxes are coming due, or I've mailed taxes. I can put a kind of a news blast on the front page. So
Of
when
your
people come,
department head,
not on the whole page, so there's the option to put, you know, if there's something coming up,
Current
like a
news.
news bullet. So-
and you think you'll use that?
Yep, and like, it'll be, like right now, you have to click the header and go to government and then
Yeah,
dial
it's a long
down.
way, yeah.
This will be all right there on the front page, it'll be easy to click to, so I'll be able to, not that my office has a whole lot, but I'll be able to put tax statements are mailing out on this day, or taxes are due this day. I mean,
Okay.
just little things like that for my office will be helpful.
Will your office use it as well? I mean, will it beneficial for your office, Joe?
I mean, each department has their own listings of information for their department. I would have loved to have this when I got my property fraud alert. I could have put it right on the front page. I still feel like a lot of residents don't know that we have property fraud alert. Scheibler spreads the word as much as possible. But for a small community, and putting it in the newspaper costs too much for my department.
Right,
Okay.
I think it'll be good.
Well, thanks
Where's
for
the
looking
paper?
into it.
Sign this one?
Oh, I don't, they didn't actually
Okay.
send a signing. Oh, I apologize, that is on the back.
Okay, so you want us to sign that, or?
You can sign the copy you have, and I can take that,
It
whatever
just-
works for you guys.
It's just for your signature, Scott? Is that correct? Just for the chairman?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, so I'll move to approve the quote from Civic Plus to update our website to, be funded in 2027.
We are gonna put sorry, in the middle of a motion, we are gonna
Oh.
put $1,000 deposit down this year and fully fund it next
Okay.
year.
So for this contract for 2027, including the funding for the deposit in 2026 as needed to secure it,
Okay,
with the chairman to sign.
I will second the motion.
Moved and seconded to approve the contract with Civic Plus for the new website and pay down $1,000. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
forward to your updates, Jody.
Well, so, when I was reading it though, for me, it was just like, this is really technical stuff, and
I think when they did the presentation,
it was more helpful than this, reading this.
yes,
Yeah.
it was helpful to see it.
David does a really good job of explaining things, and I've learned a lot from David. He's our contact person with Civic Plus, and there's things that other companies had told me that I actually reached out to him, and he explained, and then explained that what their website would do for us as well, to see if their program was the same, but somebody else was wording it different. So
Okay.
I think we're gonna get the support that we need.
Will there be a dummy website, I guess for lack of a better word, that you can look at throughout the building process when this starts, that you can see and maybe?
I figure it'll be the old one, won't it?
We'll have
It'll
a,
just be Civic Plus that guides that.
So I've gone through a county where we changed over websites, and so, yes, the people who are working on the website, the department heads and things like that, there will be an offline version, that's what we're gonna work off of before the launch. So no, the people won't be able to see it under construction, if that's kind of your question.
I just.
We'll be able to see our old-
Website for lack of a
Be
You
able
will
to
still
see our
see the old
outline.
website, we will direct
See
them
the
to
old,
them.
the website tells us
Right.
time.
But, right, and
Right.
so it'll be under construction, but yeah, when they're working on it, they'll be
Okay.
able to see as it
There's a
goes.
lot of things that look good on paper, but don't look that good on the screen or whatever,
Yes.
you know, I just thought you might have opportunity to change
Okay.
or tweak it.
yeah, they have several designs that we can kind of choose from, templates per se, and then we get to go in and modify what works best for us or what design we like more.
Okay,
So you use the term chat box, what is it?
AI, and that's about as far as I go, to know, when you're on a website and you click on this chat thing, you never talk to you rarely talk to a human. It keys in on keywords, it clues
So
in on.
that'll be
Right.
like a search on our website for information,
I
is
hope
that
we
search?
don't.
Well, here's this.
No, that's when you're on a website and there's that little box on the, usually the
Okay, may I help you?
right-hand side, yeah, the may I help you thing.
You also
Yeah.
look nice today. Better George Street.
No, I think it's finished.
Okay.
Do you want a copy of this?
I will.
Okay, I'll make your copy downstairs.
All right.
One for you,
Hey,
one for you and Scott.
did you take one of those?
I guess I wasn't paying attention.
It's just something to look at, pass around a little bit if you want. It's a flyer we'll put out.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
On the, maybe proposed? Or do you wanna go through it first?
I was just gonna, I haven't read it, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll go make
Okay, of course, I'm gonna argue.
No, you're not. Tell me you're not.
You know, you say the immediate use is to bolster EMS throughout the county, that is true.
But it's not, I asked that same thing, but it's
I-
not EMS, it's,
I am not, I mean, I'm gonna go walk in the fair, and my point is not, I mean, you are really driving this to EMS, Dwayne.
no, listen to what
What?
what'd you say that was, then you told me that didn't mean EMS.
There are this variety of other things that it could be used for, but our immediate need, as we see it, is to bolster the EMS funding.
That is not my total goal of this. My goal is to help, offset some of the mills to the hospital, so that it's a win for everyone in the county. I do not see it as just an additional revenue source, but as an option to reduce expenses as well.
Okay,
And so when you present this like this is not my goal, so I don't know what to do with this.
So, the second paragraph,
And you know, I have to
Doesn't-
say, I'm sorry.
did you read the second paragraph?
No, but I have to say that each commission is gonna get to make that decision, right?
right.
And the way this healthcare sales tax is gonna be, is you're gonna list all these things it can be used for. But But each commission is gonna have the opportunity to decide how they want to use it each and every budget year. That's the discretion of the commission. So for you to say that, you can't make that comment. We have not,
For us,
even for us, you can't,
yeah.
we have not voted to have that split in any way yet.
Right?
So you can't, I feel uncomfortable, I should say, having it say, the immediate use would be to bolster EMS. Mine would be and to offset hospital costs and to give people property tax relief. That's my ideal tax.
Mhm. I can see that. We have listened to the EMS people tell of their shortcomings. They can't hire people, they're losing people through attrition. That's why I see the immediate need, or I fear we'll honestly lose the EMS service in the county. I think it's that close, that dire straits for the EMS. Now, I may be misled, but that's my feeling. From what I'm hearing.
Might be, I don't know, it may come closer to passing that way. People think that other places have money.
I could certainly add
Yeah.
that, that bolster EMS, funding throughout the county, and then the following listed options are also available that we can choose from. So I felt like there was options that were still available, maybe we need to expressly say that we could offset, property tax with it, but $500,000, how far is that gonna go for it? That's projected, and I debated about putting in an amount here. I tried
My
to keep
goal is not to give $500,000 to EMS in any single year.
Look,
That is not my goal with
The
this.
last few words of that first paragraph, Carla, says the following listed options are also available
I know.
according to the statute.
I know.
So, we
I
have,
just-
as a commission, we have to decide where we're going to put it. And maybe that's just my thinking, as I see the need, it's for EMS.
To have EMS get $500,000 more, I would probably have to require audited financial statements for both entities, so
Well, I don't have a problem with that.
I would have to have more financial disclosures
Well,
on both sides.
there's no problem.
No?
I don't think that's anything bad to ask for.
I know, but we haven't asked for it in the past.
Right, but we haven't got the money, we haven't had
But
this passed.
we've given them $658,000.
Maybe we should,
We should probably ask for it now. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just,
maybe we should to start to get that rolling, so we do it in the future.
well, that's probably a good point, because we are going, if this passes, if it passes in November, Tammy, when would they start collecting it?
I don't know, I think that's something to do with the quarter on the states, like you have to fall within a certain quarter. And if we're gonna get on the November ballot, like we're gonna have to start
Skippy, fast.
making some decisions because I have to send a ballot out 45 days before an election, so if that kind of helps you with the timeline.
Well, so it will not give us funding till the 2028 budget at the very first. We might have monies come in, but we wouldn't have it budgeted, correct? So
I would say that's
therefore,
correct, yes.
therefore, we would not make a significant contribution till the 2028 budget.
Without looking into it, I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
That's my impression, unless there's something I don't know about.
I just, EMS is critical to our county, but it's also an outside agency. And we, by giving them monies that are levied from our taxpayers, are ultimately responsible for their financial condition.
So can you add, what do you want him to add there then?
Well, the first sentence is fine. I would just say, something about I would just say the commission will have the ability to bolster financing TMS as well as the Ottawa County Health Center and hopefully reduce.
I
don't have, hopefully it will. We won't be using the funding for it,
Right.
but I have a hard, you don't know what's gonna happen with the hospital. The hospital may come in and say, we need this type of funding, and that's our county hospital, so we would have to weigh that
At that time, it would be an
each
option.
year, each
Right.
year. I don't know, with taxation to our residents, I hate to implement another tax that they don't get a benefit for.
Well, I see the benefit as continuation of EMS services in the county. Because I think we're against the wall on that.
So I go back to, they are a private entity, critical to our county, but they are still a private entity. We don't have to support we should not be supporting any private entity 100%, right? Look at OCCD and OCCK, I'm sorry, OCCD. All those private entities, they have other revenue sources. So, and I do believe EMS is making effort to have other revenue sources. It's not, but
Let's table this till the end about that, and then
I'm
we'll
sorry.
get these guys.
Morning.
that's what happens when he hands out the piece of paper. I haven't read it, and I'm like, now I have to ponder it. Sorry.
You guys got that permit in your email? Here it is, to be signed. There's a small change of plans from the original one. You guys signed probably a month ago on
Oh,
that
is this
one.
one and the same?
Yep, where they were gonna stage at to put their equipment and pipes and stuff like that, it's not gonna work for them. So they're gonna change it to that location, and hopefully it'll only be closed for about 4 to 10 days while they're staging everything to run that pipe. 'Cause it's gonna go under that railroad
110th and,
nugget.
oh.
So
So it'd be
they're
just,
staging it this one, right?
So can they get, anybody farming there can get around from the backside then, right?
Yep, yep, so, but as long as weather and everything holds together good, it should only be 4 to 10 days is what their plan is for closure.
Make sure we let everybody know
Mhm.
the farm's there.
Right. Cause I got a few of them, one of them I've already talked to, that farm's right there on that corner, so I'm gonna try to catch as many of them as I can, that way they're ahead of the game.
So it will be completely closed right there?
Yep.
But it's not a,
Heavily used road?
no.
No, it's
Well, I
an
mean, it's-
access road for farmers
It's a
mainly.
low maintenance road?
Yeah,
And
well, I
they can
wouldn't say
get,
low
they can
maintenance.
get there by
but-
going around
Yeah.
a mile around.
So, do they usually completely close the road?
Not
They do?
usually.
Okay. And, so you do reach out to all the farmers, like? or do
I
you do
will.
that,
We've never
Scott?
really
Is
had to
it-
do it
Is this in your
before.
district, Scott? Is it
Yeah,
Garfield?
yeah,
It's
it
yours?
is, yeah.
Yeah, so do you?
I
switch
will if he does it. I mean,
Say
it
I
doesn't
will, we
matter.
don't usually
only like
have to.
There's only
This
like
is
two
different,
or three,
so.
so
And one of them I've already talked to,
it
so.
won't be hard to get a hold of them.
And obviously it won't interfere with the railroad, huh?
They have to do their own work with the railroad
Okay.
there,
Thank
cause
God.
it will go with the track there underneath it and all that, so.
Okay,
So I read where it says they will bring it back to condition or better than, and historically they do that?
Sometimes you have to have them come back, but most of the time they're
so
usually
are you
on it.
thinking maybe asphalt from there to 120th?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the improvement you're hoping for?
You out in the sun too much this weekend?
All right,
I'll move to approve the, right-of-way crossroad utility use permit for Northern Natural Gas that's, temporary closing North 110th Road near Nugget as presented.
I'll second that one.
it's moved and seconded to approve this temporary closing of 110th and Nugget for the pipeline. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye. Is one of these in here already, Scott?
Yeah.
Oh,
he
Here's
give you
one, do
one?
you wanna give one to, do you wanna
Just
say
wanna
it?
sign it, did you? Yeah.
Yep.
Did you sign this?
I did,
Okay,
that's the one he just handed me, so.
alright. I don't know if there's one in your deal or not, I printed mine.
Okay, I don't see it. Did I send you an email about that accounts payable?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember.
Yep,
I-
I got with Jody on it. She came and found me this morning. I sent out an email to see what that looked like. Cause I know on one of them papers, it says it has to be, that's the final and only invoice that will be sent out. So,
Did it say when it was due on it?
I thought I seen one, but the only thing I found was it needed to be signed, not the invoice, but the contract signed by the 8th, which was taken care of on
Yeah.
that because we were shy a meeting in there, so.
So
But
did
on
you- so-
payment, I don't know. I sent
I
out an
didn't
email.
look at, is it in the accounts payable? Did you, Dwayne, do you have accounts payable up right there? Oh, you're looking at your computer, I'm sorry.
No, you mean the amount of accounts?
No, I knew the amount,
No,
but I was
no.
just wondering if it said a due date on it.
I don't believe so, but
I know we told you last week we wanted, and so you bring it in the next
Mhm.
week, and I'm like, well, now we don't want it this bad. So,
Okay.
if we don't have to.
mhm,
So,
It's the last day of the year if you can.
right.
so are you okay if we pull it this week out of accounts payable and wait and see, or what do you want us to do?
I haven't heard anything. You emailed that on a Saturday, so I don't know if they're expecting payment. There's no dates. I don't know what their terms are on that.
I still,
Well,
It's last minute, so I don't know what they'll shoot back for an answer on.
was that, was it billing, was it KDOT, is that what it's called?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I have no problem paying it at the end of the year if it's allowable. I don't know.
I know, we wanted it this budget year, so you did it, and then I'm like, well, no, not this fast. Yeah, this is KDOT.
anybody on, spring, hire anybody, they didn't see the flyer.
We are looking into using a gentleman that's currently employed through Road and Bridge
Okay,
to do that. We're getting through
okay,
her testing. She takes her last one the 30th,
okay,
and I take my last one the 30th.
okay.
So moving forward there.
In past years, have we sent out letters of encouragement to get landowners to take care of the noxious weeds?
So I don't know how many of them things I've sent out, cause they have to be by certified mail.
No, not letters of encouragement.
Well, I'm trying to be kind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we've sent out a ton of them. I mean,
Have you sent any this year?
oh yeah,
Really?
oh yeah.
So what repercussions do we have if they don't comply?
So far, all of them have complied with the letters that we've sent out, have taken, whatever means necessary to
99%
take care of
people
it.
want
Right.
them taken care of anyway,
Yeah.
so it's not that big a deal, but
I found,
there are a few that don't care.
yeah,
Mhm.
so what do we do? for-
So on that one, you got a few different deals where we could go in and take care of them ourselves and then submit a bill and they have to pay for it.
Okay,
That's
I'll
even
talk to
in,
you later about that one.
that's even in their pasture if we have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it looks like you submitted that back page, which showed the recap of costs. So it wasn't actually an invoice? Oh.
It
Oh,
says invoice.
it does say invoice. It says due on or before 8/6.
Well, we
I
better pay
guess
it.
that doesn't give us a choice, does it?
Nope. Pay
So
it.
I knew it was on there somewhere, but
Okay, I should look
I
at
couldn't, I didn't know any dates.
All right. So here's that.
that.
Right away.
I guess we need to look at it that it came in less than expected, so we lose the interest, but we get the lower price.
Yeah, I mean, it did. So I think it's a great idea, it just.
If that's what it says on there, then we need to pay it. Just go forward. You gonna be in the parade?
I guess I just wanna make sure we're committed to it,
But-
huh?
You gonna be in the parade tomorrow?
I don't know, I didn't know nothing about it.
5 o'clock, line up where?
The hospital or the rest home, somewhere up there in that area, look at the crowd.
Your motorcycle.
Oh, I can have a whole slew of them things up
Let's do it.
Hey, seriously,
Yeah.
should the county consider putting one of those new trucks or something as a parade?
Well, Joe brought that up this
said that,
morning.
Nobody wanted to do it?
but.
Nobody wanted to ride it?
We got plenty of people to do it.
Yeah,
Good
we
job,
just didn't
Scott.
know, when Joe asked me, I was like, I don't know if there's a sign up list, I don't know if there's somebody we
No,
needed
there's
to
not. I
con
called.
to you, or.
I called Brian
Did
Kendall.
it show up?
You
I
did.
think so.
Where'd you say it was at?
It's up at the hospital. I know they're gonna start down Ross. In this fair insert is.
Look right on Facebook, Chuck Moore will tell
I'd
you
say
exactly
it's-
how it's going.
It's on there, so what they announced on Facebook was, July 14th at 6 p.m. at the Ottawa County Fair Parade. Line up for the parade will be in the area of the hospital, then start at 8th and Ross Day Street, and come south on Ross Day to 2nd, and then go west down 2nd Street, Main Street to Mill Street into the fairgrounds.
I gotta get candy.
So you wanna
You're
line up
gonna be
before
in it?
6?
I'm gonna bring my pickup.
I'm
I'll
gonna be
race
in
you.
it. I'm gonna be in it.
We don't even
Are you
know.
walking?
I am.
Walking that whole distance?
Well, wait,
I
wait,
may have
wait.
to get a bumper guard on my pickup.
Jeepers.
I don't like it.
I said it out loud. I didn't want anybody to think I was, I mean, I'm trying to hide it. God, I hope somebody doesn't run over you. Where's he at? He's going to jail. Oh,
So we can go get one of the trucks washed at Blue Beacon and
yeah.
go through the parade?
I think that's a good idea. I mean,
Yeah.
we invested what, $1.5
I mean, the-
million?
Mhm.
Yep.
We parade all four of them through there if we want.
Probably got 1 or 2.
That
probably.
might, that might be overwhelming. I think one is nice.
But that's all I got for you guys
Okay.
currently. There's supposed to be another one of these coming in, permit for
All right.
Northern again, but I don't know when. They
Sounds
just
good to
gave
me.
me a heads up, so.
Okay,
I'll
thank
be
you.
in touch on that other deal, see what we got going.
Yep, that'll work.
Chris will be in his pickup in front.
Negative.
Take it down, get it washed up too, yeah.
Yeah.
I might be working.
Need some flags hanging off the front. Get your light.
Might be working.
Jody, would you ride with him and throw candy?
I mean, I can. I don't have kids this week, so I don't really have to go to the parade.
Come on.
Oh, you're gonna have fun
How long
at
you
the
been
fair, aren't you?
How long you lived here?
My whole life.
So, how many years have you missed it?
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Chris.
How many times have you missed it?
Quite a few.
Man, I should have noticed that it said up there.
All right, Tammy Cox.
Yes, so I provided you guys with the latest, county budget. We do still have a few questions we need to work out, but the most important thing that needs to happen today is we do need to set a budget hearing date and a rate that will be published, because next meeting you will have to sign off on your R&R intent, because it's actually due on the 20th, which is our next meeting, to the county clerk's office, which is me. So once you set that rate, I would just wanna remind you that you're still able to go below that rate, but once you set it, you will not be able to go above that rate. So I wanna start with a few questions. We had, just to clear up a few things, because all we've been doing is working with the Scott Lloyd group to make sure that everything is set up the way that you guys have asked. The first question I have is regarding zoning, or did you wanna ask that question, Carla?
Oh, I can. Do you guys remember when, I'm gonna get my green folder real quick. Remember when Truett was giving his presentation and, let me pull up his. Okay, so, I can't tell you what page number, but remember when he was giving his budget and in 2026 he had 10,000 in contractual, and that was for the new code that he was gonna have created, remember? And then, in 2027, he put another 2,500 in there. He said in case it runs over the 10. And he was believing he was carrying the 10,000 over to next year, so we
Right.
decided to make that a transfer into his capital outlay fund, so the 10,000, so we have him keep that. But then we also said, we should put another buffer of 10,000 in there for, in
Right.
case it goes up to 20,000, since it's taken so long to get it. Anyway, when the transfer was set up, they left the 2,500 in the contractual side. So I said we could reduce that budget by 2,500 because it gives them the full 10,000 for the code book.
Right,
Does that, you follow that?
yeah.
But he's not getting the 2,500 in case it runs over the 10,000. Well,
Well,
we
now
get
he has
10.
20.
Yeah,
Now he has
right.
20 in
Right.
case he runs over.
Right.
I'm
Cause
sorry.
he'd added the 2,500 for that year.
Yeah.
So we didn't actually, take the 2,500 away, we actually gave him additional 7,500. Where I believe in the budget that it is now, is that it has
Currently, the budget has the $2,500 in it, and that's what's in question.
the 2,500 plus the 10.
25, let me go to the actual page where I say that. I believe so. The 10 is in there.
The first 10, and the next 10 would be in the next budget in 27, is that right?
Yeah, well, yeah, 27, yes, sorry. I was thinking, we said next budget thing for me. Yes, so both is in there currently. And when I talked to Truett, he said it was in there for overage.
Right.
And
What page is zoning on? 6B?
I
Okay.
went through and I numbered mine and it's 22.
It's so funny, we have Scott
So-
Lloyd numbering.
on the actual budget.
Oh,
So,
So in that contractual line item, it says 5750. It's the 2,500 would be taken out of there if that's what you guys are choosing to do.
Yeah, so he presented a budget of 12,600, and we added 7,500 to it.
right,
So his budget should be 2010. So we just need to reduce that 5750 by 2,500. Again, we need to explain it to him that we actually increased his budget so he understands, and I'll be
If
happy.
you guys wanna call in and explain that to me.
I'll be happy to explain that to him if you're okay with that. But I think the correct thing to do is reduce that contractual by 2,500.
yeah, I've got the 27, and the 27 column, I've got it scratched out for the 2,500 and pencil 10 in to the right, so.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking.
right.
Yeah, so the net is 7,500,
Right.
which is what we're giving him. But I mean, I just, I guess when we say now we're reducing it, it's just a reminder that we actually increased your budget 7,500. So I think he'll be okay once I explain it to him.
Okay.
So we'll get, is that an agreement, so that's a.
Yeah,
Okay, cause that one was unclear. And then the second thing is on noxious weed on page 10. Okay, let's see. So we discussed in 2026, to putting the employee benefits out of noxious weed, and paying out the noxious weed employee benefits out of that fund. So the way to do that would be under the Noxious Weed 2026 budget, under salaries, to increase the 90,000 and add 40,000 to that to show it coming out. However, that will cause it to go over their budget authority. So the two options Jody and I talked about, we can do the transfer from another line, or we can correct them and adjust other lines down so we can then increase the salary.
Oh, I forgot to look at budget authority.
Right,
So I think that when I look at that, it's like we can have it in the back of our head to do, we'll have budget authority to do it in 2026. But, because historically, they usually don't spend it all, so if they don't spend it all, we'll use it for that. Does that make sense? Are you guys okay with that? So did you follow all that? I keep talking to them about benefits, I'm so sorry. So on that, on the schedule as it's presented on page 10, we have a transfer of employee benefit cost into the 2025 number. We did that at year end on the audited, correct?
yes.
And then we did put it in 2027, that's why the amount goes to 137, the salary, in 2027. But in 2026, they didn't put it in there, so I said, well, just to be consistent, we should put it in, but the budget authority of the 247 limits us to what, 27? So I think we should approach it that if they don't utilize all those expenses in 2026, our intent is to transfer it,
Right.
but only if the
I don't
budget
think they
authority
will.
is
If
there.
it allows it.
And it doesn't impact the P&L because it's all within this account. Because the only impact is to the cash carryover, is to the cash reserve, because we put all that into budget authority for the following year.
Okay.
So, and we did do that, right? We cashed out everything. Our budget, we have no we have a cash reserve in there, so we're getting maximum budget authority in 2027, and we still have the flexibility in 2026. So we just have to remember at year end.
So so I believe it's on the schedule of transfers on page, it's not,
It wouldn't be for 2026, it's just
not
something.
for 26, but, oh yeah, cause well, yeah, so, do we wanna add it to the schedule of transfers? And just know that so the whole point of us putting that into the salary was to kinda show better, but like we said, the budget authority, so we put it in as a scheduled transfer in 26. Well, no, cause we can just know to do it at the end of the year.
Right, it would be by resolution, right? So it'd just be a journal entry by resolution at year end?
It'll just be, we'll, put a sticky note on your budget.
Yeah.
So we'll look at it at year end and see if we have that ability to make that
Right, so
transfer.
I have a list of things that we have to look into before we can do.
Yeah,
Obviously, this one I think will be fine, so.
yeah, the main thing
I'll
is,
just add that to something I'll do at the end of the year. It's not, probably won't be in the resolution, I don't know.
it'd just be a journal entry,
Not a journal entry, I think I'd just do a transfer.
transfer.
Okay,
Okay,
you got that done?
So the key
So
thing
I
is,
just agreeing that we're not gonna change the noxious weed budgets,
right.
any line items, we're just gonna know at the end of the year, we'll look if we have the funding available. I will move 40,000 from noxious weed to employee benefits. Is that the consensus?
Yep.
Yes,
My understanding, okay, so before I think that's everything we had. Okay, so
No,
before I go on to discuss the rates and dates, is there anything else in the budget you guys had questions on or need clarification on?
is that an even 40,000 that you're going to transfer from employee benefits, or 47?
It depends, we'll all run an
Oh,
end of year report
gotcha.
from payroll and get a more accurate dollar
The
amount.
actual,
Yep, so we don't wanna pull more than what was actually
Right.
expensed, so.
Okay.
actual cost of benefits.
so I had a couple things. Do you wanna do yours first, or you want me to do mine?
Go ahead.
Let me get clear, the email that I sent you, all of this is already done, right? So I'm just gonna discuss these things I said I was gonna bring up with the commission, is that
I think
correct?
so.
I think
Or do you
so.
wanna,
Do you wanna go over them real fast? It'll be faster than me trying to find out.
okay,
my email.
okay, so, I said on page 3, it was just changing it, I'll just tell you what it was. On page 3, the transfer. It's funny, we have two, it was complicated, the election, because at one point it was a separate fund, and the next time it was in the general fund, so that was what was so complicated. But the only thing, correction on that page, I should make it simple, is where it says general fund election to election capital outlay fund. There's a 0 in 2025, a 5 in 26, and it should be 7 in 27.
Should be 7, yep, and we just talked about that, but we do have to still give her
Should
that.
be 7 and 27.
7 and 27, yeah. And then accordingly on page 16.
Well, I'm gonna, real quick, so 4 lines down on that schedule transfer page, that's where she was saying it was confusing. 4 lines
Yeah.
down in 27, it says 7,000, you'll zero that out. And then if you go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more lines, you'll actually cross out the 5,000 in 2027 and put in 7,000. That's the, because one is when it was outside the general fund, and one was when it's inside the general fund.
Repeat that, please.
One was when it was outside of the general fund, and then the other few lines more down, that's when it was inside the general fund. So that's why you have the two different. And then, I'm sorry, Carla, page 16 you said?
Then I think 16, there had to be an adjustment, let's see.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, so on page 16, in 2027, it'll be a transfer from the general fund to the election capital outlay fund of $7,000. Just to record that, what we just talked about. So right now, it's in the general fund, but it wasn't in the capital outlay fund, okay?
So it needs to be 7,000.
Hmm?
It needs to be 7,000 then.
Yes, yes, that was what was talked about at the budget department meeting, yeah. So,
And then I, on page 5, on page 5, I just said, you know, the amounts that are listed there are those initial, that was the initial agreement for the debt. And, we still have those missing payments that haven't been applied to that. I don't know if we'll have a better number by,
I don't know.
by the time we have to publish this, so I guess we have to publish this right now knowing that there's an well, it's 2026 expense, so, anyway, I guess we just have to go in with that number for now, but I guess we just have to make sure we don't lose those payments. You lose track of those payments?
Well, and so you, just so everybody knows, what you're referring to is the sheriff, when he did his lease program,
Right.
and they've
Two
switched.
checks missing.
Yes, yeah, so those payments are now going through, because they actually ended up receiving them. Right after we resent payment, they received them.
No way.
Yeah,
Those were
right?
from April.
Yep, they received, right after we re-receipted, sent them out, they actually got them in the mail.
Wow.
So, because we had, remember, we had sent them out, but they never received them, so something happened.
That seems
Between the two.
weird.
So are they returning our most recent checks?
I'm gonna let Jody tell you what she did.
They need to return, I haven't talked to anybody, but
No.
they need to return the old checks, because those are voided and they're no longer good.
So the main thing is that when I talked to.
Mysteriously just showed up.
Yeah, when they got new checks. I think that's suspicious, not suspicious, but I question it.
Questionable.
So, they found them.
Yeah.
I thought they found them once we.
Somebody's desk.
And, so when we talked to the sheriff, he said he still wanted them to apply to the loan amount. So we just need to make sure that happens, but we don't know that new amount yet, or,
I've not gotten any new numbers.
so I guess that's just a note to self or whatever, that should
Right.
change.
Since we're on that page, page 5, I do wanna point out, something we discussed with Scott Lloyd is the tractor lease agreements with Road and Bridge, and he kinda talked about moving some lines down. I do wanna point out at the very bottom of that page, if you look at the 3 asterisks, it specifically says if you're leasing, renting with no intent to purchase, which we are not, do not list such transactions, they are not lease purchases.
Right.
So the state has specifically told us not to list those things up on there.
Okay.
Again, it's your budget, you guys, if
No,
you want it
that's-
listed, that's on you. I mean, I just wanted to, I happened to see that, and I was like, oh, that might be an interesting question, so.
If that's what,
And it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I see why you guys would want it on there, but I did happen to see that part in there, and I just wanted to point it out. whatever you wanna do.
I think it's important that we comply with what's on the page. If we're not gonna purchase them, if it's not a lease purchase, it doesn't belong on that page.
Yeah, cause those are actually were not purchased.
All right, that's good with me.
So the next thing I had was on 6D. Did you guys check to see if that 33,360 was correct? That number I gave you?
So you gotta tell me what line you're, that's a number
Okay.
that doesn't attach to it.
So we're talking about the sheriff
Gotcha.
and the sheriff lease for 2026. And I think I gave you that number 26,928, but I looked and added up the pieces up again and I came to 33,360. Is that what you guys got? I asked you
I
to check.
have not had a
I've
chance
not
to
had a
double
chance.
check.
C or D?
What page are you on?
I'm on
D.
CD, I'm 6D,
6D.
under law enforcement.
I've not had a chance to look at those numbers at all.
So, and really, to be honest, it doesn't have any impact at all. It's just disclosing the number correctly. But I believe the sheriff lease amount should be 33,660, and then the net of that to the capital outlay. Does that make sense? Because he has 100, well, he has 150,000, right? Because he has 50 transfer there. Yeah, so he has 150,000, and so if the lease payment is in fact for 2026, 33,360, the net will go into that capital outlay, okay? So we just need to find out what the actual number is. Does that make sense? Are you okay if that changes 33,3, the net of those two, the combination of those two should be 150, and I'll get with you guys and make sure we put the right number between the split. Do you follow that? So I might as well as bring this portion up now, since we're on this page, but, so, we broke out that split in 2026, and we broke out that split in capital outlay for 2027. And, you know, the 84,000 ties to the long-term debt schedule that we just looked at, remember? Okay, so the net there is the 90,000 in the capital outlay, so I did ask the sheriff what that was for. And he really didn't give me an answer. I guess, you know, I looked at what he had used it for in the past, and it was like, he bought a sheriff truck last year, but he won't have to do that because we
Right.
have all new vehicles.
Would
And-
jail improvement come under that capital outlay if there happen to be any necessary repairs or improvement of roof or air conditioning, anything capital outlay?
I guess, you know, the year before, he had done his remodel out of there, you know, with the carpeting and the doors, moving the stuff to the basement, and, also the landscaping on the outside, so that he had utilized, and then like last year was mostly so far this year has been the purchase of a truck and the leases. I guess, I just thought it was a large amount of capital outlay, since he has all new vehicles with no specific intention, but maybe you guys are okay with that.
No, not necessarily. I mean, I guess we should ask him,
Yeah, I
again,
think we should talk to him, because there's other expenses besides vehicles in his department, I guess.
But he-
Would it be jail repairs? And I'm confused, jail repairs or roof or HVAC would come out of this fund, correct? Is this his rainy day fund for replacing an air conditioner or something of that nature, or radio, dispatch?
you gonna ask him or you want me?
I'm
to-
asking, yeah, if that's what
And,
it could be used for.
and the other thing, and we probably need to talk to him, but, I was gonna suggest that we go in, remember Scott Lloyd presented that information about, you know, paying off the jail debt?
Mhm.
And I really didn't give it too much of a thought at the time that he presented it, and then I talked to Jody, and Jody said we're making less than 4% on our investments right now, you know, the interest rate's gone down. And, so with this being a rate of 4.25%, I thought maybe we should go ahead and pay off that.
They won't let us, I don't think.
Well, it said on that
They
schedule,
wouldn't- We tried to pay it off when it very first came, when we could start making payments, and that's when they told us we couldn't pay it off at that time, because you had to pay on it for so many years
Oh,
before you could pay it off early.
okay.
So have we paid long enough?
I
He presented that in his packet? I assume he got that from you.
Yes, yes.
So,
I'm sorry, I
The
started.
amortization schedule, I'm sorry.
Yes.
The amortization schedule for this debt, this general obligation debt, and it was in the packet Scott Lloyd gave us last time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it was the last page, and it shows that there's a call date on, May 1st, 2027. And he showed that if we did pay off the $220,000, then we would save $38,426 of interest. Do you remember seeing that? And, you know, I'm always under the idea that if we are making interest equal to the debt payment, don't pay off the debt. But in this situation, especially since it's a jail and there's some bad feelings about the
Correct.
jail. And, but it would have to come out of his capital outlay account, which is on page, let me see.
It's on page 20, and then that's why I wanted to answer, Dwayne, yes, you asked about the capital outlay, he does have a capital outlay account, that can be paid. I mean, that also was there for, what did you say?
Capital improvement.
Sure.
Capital improvements on the jail and dispatch,
Different than the 90?
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
So, if you go to that page 20, to that law enforcement capital outlay account, in 2027, we have, he has the, that's an INA alert, I believe, out of that 105. And then he's got the debt payment for the, jail debt, and he's got a $284,000 reserve. And, we wouldn't have that 30,000 of, principal payment because we'd pay the whole 220. So it would take it down quite a bit, but
It's gone.
it's there.
I mean, the loan is gone.
Yeah.
The obligation, yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest, if we have that intent, I'm kind of okay with leaving the 90,000 in the capital outlay until he has that cushion. If that's what our intent is to pay this off, I can balance that a
So
little more.
we need to talk to him,
Yeah, we need to talk.
find out what his intent is and how soon do we need to,
The only thing I need to know for this discussion of the budget is what your plan is with the $90,000.
that's what we need to know.
And, I mean, like, again, it's just, we can't go down from what we say, so if you guys are on the fence, it'd be safer to leave it now and then continue the discussion and do whatever you would like. Or, I mean, but if you plan on taking off, let's get it taken off, let's get as close as we can when we
Well,
publish.
we need to talk to him before we do
So,
that.
I was gonna say, we probably need to ask Russ if he's available.
Yeah.
Cause you can.
Well, I
you can
guess
leave
that's
the
if you-
budget
sorry.
the way it is, with that 90,000 and the mill rate where it's at, you can still make changes up until the day of the final budget hearing. So if you were to, if that's kind of like your only hangup, like question, you could go ahead and set your R&R, set it, but you can still go down from where you're at. So if you decided to lower that 90, you're just gonna increase the number.
Can't go up
Yeah.
higher than.
We can't add it back in. if we
So I
need
mean,
to.
there's time to
So-
have that conversation.
Yeah,
Right.
again, this wouldn't necessarily impact the R&R.
Right,
Just-
so are you gonna talk to him then, or do you want me to call him now?
I think you should have him so that we can have the discussion with all three of us, don't you? If he's available.
Yeah, do you guys wanna have the discussion now and make a decision now, or do you wanna move forward with the budget and then have a discussion at a different meeting?
I'd rather hear his thoughts,
Yeah.
initial thoughts, do you mind? Colin?
It's whatever, it's you, it's
Or
whatever
do
you
you
guys
want,
wanna
call
do.
him.
are you on speed dial?
Are you? Are you around? Can you come up to the meeting for a minute? All right, thank you. Bye.
I did ask a question. Did you follow up with Scott Lloyd that there's lots of those tab A's and tab C's? Did he say we don't have to be concerned about those?
No, I have not had time doing it, no.
Okay, so do you guys notice, like, on that same page, on page 20, we were just looking at, where it says tab A and tab C? Usually tab A, when I was doing the budgets for the I guess fire districts and townships, whatever, that tab A says that you've gone over budget authority. And
The reason those show up is the ones they show up on, in 2025 and 2026, I'll take the election budget, for example, we moved it from, moved it out into the general fund, or we moved stuff, to the general, so we moved funds around. So they say that because in those years, they were non-budgeted funds that now we're budgeting, I guess that wouldn't be the election one, but the non-budgeted funds that we're now budgeting for. And so in those years, there was no quote-unquote budget authority sets because they were on those last scheduled pages of unbudgeted funds.
did you follow that?
So it's just,
Okay.
it's just a spreadsheet thing, and to be honest, there's no way to get rid of them.
Yeah,
The
so,
state's worksheet is locked down,
so the key thing is we moved, what, 4 funds?
I believe so.
From, the very back where they're non-budgeted, we moved them up to the non-levy funds, we
Right.
moved up. So here, we only presented 1 year, which is the prior
Right,
year.
We can see more.
Yeah, the prior year.
Right.
Well, here, we move it up to the levy fund, so we have 3 years of data, right? And, so we didn't have any levy in those amounts, or no, that's not why it's doing it, it's,
It's doing it because we did not show 3-year prior, they were non-budgeted, they were just,
I know, I didn't read
non-budgeted.
tab C, what's tab C say, does it?
I don't remember,
Okay.
but the whole reason that we're even seeing the tab things in there is because we originally did not have a budget set forth. You didn't show, actuals budgeted and then what you're planning to do for 27. It was just this last page, it was just the current year.
Hot in here.
So it's just lack of historical knowledge, and so
80 degrees.
the worksheet itself automatically says, hey, you didn't have budget authority for that. It's because it was a
Over.
non-budgeted fund.
Please.
So
And
you-
it's
Do
a
you need to
state
give him
worksheet.
a copy?
It's a state worksheet, so it's locked down, we can't avoid
I
it.
can give you this one. This was unmarked up, how about that? So, so in the non-budgeted accounts, we have no budget authority, right? We move it to a non-levied account, that zero budget authority flares up this tab A and tab C.
6, okay, let's cancel that for a little bit. 6D. Thus, is the page.
Yeah, page 60.
Not grilling you or anything, we're asking.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Well, there were 2 things that I brought up today. One was the email I asked you about the capital expenses for 90,000 that are in the 27 budget. And the second thing I talked to him briefly about was paying off the jail debt based on, you probably don't
You
even know.
can't do that, Carla. We've tried.
Well,
Tried
according,
years ago.
You have to do it one.
well,
We tried to make 2 payments.
We did, and they told us we had to wait so many years before we could do that. But I don't remember how long those years were.
so on the schedule that, Scott Lloyd gave us, it shows that the call date, there's a call date on 5/1/27, where we could actually prepay the debt. And if
Okay.
we prepay that $220,000, we save $38,462.
Okay, that's a no-brainer.
And so the jail debt is 4.25% now, currently, as according to this amortization schedule.
It's what again?
It's 4.25.
Interest.
Interest rate.
Okay.
And Jody said that she's making less than 4% right now on investments. So I was thinking maybe we should go ahead and pay off this jail debt
If we can.
out of your law enforcement capital outlay account. And just get rid of it.
Okay.
But what do you have planned, what do you have on that 90,000?
Yeah, for capital outlay.
Yeah,
Well, you never know what's gonna happen with the
right,
jail.
right. But
There's a lot of
you do
stuff.
have the other,
I mean, radios, jail
cut you short on that. I mean, we're just asking, okay? We're just, cause we're a little bit over on things.
And
we're just
actually, what
checking things
I
out.
would recommend on that
I don't wanna
front-
take it from you if you need it, okay? You understand me? Cause I don't want, you know, I don't want you to think we're picking on you, cause we're not. We're trying to figure out something.
Actually, if our intent.
I thought we were already good. Well, how did that stop? Where did that come to where it's not? I mean, everybody cut their budgets this year. Why, I'm just asking.
I don't, it was really close like, and then it's went up a little, so.
I guess I don't know what we're gonna keep. I don't know. Whatever we need to do.
So whatever
it's
the,
fine.
so let me ask this, the other, capital outlay that he has here, where is it? The one that-
The 84,620, and then the 90,380.
You're talking about.
20, page 20. And how much was that, where is it, let's see here.
After the $30,000 payment, it would have $284,000 in it, but we would, the 220 would include that 30. So it really just impacted, what, 190, so it'd bring that cash reserve down to 94,000, I think. Do I have that right?
I'm not following your numbers, Carla.
Okay,
On page
hold on.
20.
On page 20, so if we would pay the 220 jail off there, we wouldn't
Where's
have
the
that.
220?
The 220 is based on this amortization schedule.
That's on page 20?
No,
No.
it's on a separate, she's got.
This
Oh,
Scott
okay.
Lloyd gave us this, and it showed what the principal was on that date, and it'd be 220. Let me double check that,
225.
because, let me see.
Well, you Sedgwick
Yes.
County has reached out to me, and I haven't said anything because I don't want to start any kind of uproar. But here's the thing. If you want to do this, and for any reason they come in and they want to house in Ottawa County, then what do we do? If you take away that 90,000 that you're talking out of my capital outlay.
You know what, this is just the way I look at it, is that if we pay off the jail debt,
Right, and I understand that and I agree with that. If you can cut that, absolutely.
and then what I would recommend is whatever you don't use in that 90,000, we transfer back into the law enforcement capital account, so you retain that. That's why I'm trying to isolate what the 90,000 is, and if you have cushion there that could possibly replenish your account, your capital outlay account.
Right,
So that would be what I would recommend to you.
okay.
I would say let
So
it,
say what if we do this, and then we start housing, and he comes up short, what do we do? I mean,
well, tell me about Sedgwick County.
Sedgwick County, they haven't given any kind of number, but I can show you the email. They wanted to know if we were interested or would be interested in housing their inmates again, because they're having an influx of the ones that are supposed to be going to prison, waiting prison. So their jail is filling up.
what are you getting ready to say, Tammy?
From a budget standpoint, that can be intentional, so you guys can have an intention of later conversation, paying off the jail debt and leaving the 90,000 in there, and then awaiting to see what may or may not happen with any plans. So, my point is, from the budget standpoint, if you guys kind of have intentions of either that money's gonna pay off the jail debt, or we may have to use it for something else, but we agree that the money stays where it is, you can move on with the budget process itself and have these discuss, does that make sense?
True,
What about,
true. I just
That
wanted
way,
your
because
opinion.
like you said, he doesn't have a lot of information and.
I understand
you know,
that,
it's just being brought
and
up.
I do understand that, but is there a way, or is there a place for us to be able to get money for him if we cut him short? I mean,
Well, that's what I'm saying, you guys don't have to make the decision on the jail debts anytime soon, so you can find out from him.
I mean, it's a no-brainer, I agree with Carla, to pay off that if we can, but I was under the understanding, and I didn't realize
Well,
there
we
was
need to
a
find
time
out.
frame on it,
let's
that
do it.
we couldn't, but
Yeah.
absolutely would be a no-brainer to pay off that debt if we can, because what if we don't then house Sedgwick County and then we have a debt for something
Yeah.
that's just sitting, I mean,
Yeah.
I agree with you.
So
I just wanted
who
to see-
needs to find out whether we can pay it off? How do we find it out?
Well, you don't think this is a legitimate?
I don't know, is that what it does say there on
So
there?
It
that's the
says
amortization
faulty.
schedule that I get, I can reach out to our bonds.
Just to make sure, I mean, I just
That's
want,
fine.
I don't want,
Get it for sure.
yeah,
But-
if that's the case, then
From the budget standpoint, if you guys are comfortable with keeping the money the way it is right now, with the intentions and with everybody on the same page, knowing the goal is to either pay off the jail debt or move forward with possibly other uses of the jail, that would be kind of my
Right.
thought process for today.
Russ,
For the
Okay.
purpose of
we
the
don't
budget.
have to hire additional deputies to cover this, you know, so.
Corrections
it's
officers.
nice to have them be-
yeah, but that's something we can talk about later. I mean, we'll have to.
Probably
Well,
wouldn't
he's
touch
got-
it if we
he's
wouldn't
got
have
a-
opened back up, but
He's got a legitimate concern, as he wants to make sure that he has funding if that should happen in 2027.
yes. It could be as soon as 2026
So
that
can
they
we,
come in.
Jody's not gonna like me to
Are
ask
we
this
forced
question,
to
but
say yes to
No,
that?
we're not, but my understanding is we were all kind of on the same page
if
to
there's
get our
enough
jail
people to
back.
make it work, we
We
Open.
got
don't.
90,000 from you, we just wanna know what your plans are for it, if this is okay to move it maybe to the jail, whatever, you know, whatever you don't need.
To roll it like we talked about last year anyways, didn't we? Roll some over to, reserve?
We have 50,000 budgeted for this year into reserve.
So,
Right.
That's just spending authority, that doesn't mean anything. But if you guys have a contingency plan for the capital outlay, it being either to pay off the jail debt or to improve the jail in order to utilize it, from a budget standpoint, that would be all that we need.
Yeah.
okay,
If you guys are all in agreement, and then keeping that 90,000, because you plan on using some of that capital outlay for one of either plan A or plan B.
all right,
Is what I'm hearing, is that,
yep,
I agree.
I think so.
Ron, is that what you're understanding?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure Russ was kind of in the loop of what we were thinking. And to be okay with it either way. And
I
well,
mean, we're
well,
gonna
obviously-
blindside you one way or another, so it
Yeah.
just won't been today.
Well, I appreciate you calling me up and asking me about it. I don't wanna hoard money by
I
any
don't think you
means.
are, that's not it,
Um,
please don't think that.
Right, I don't, but I'm
Okay.
just sharing that,
Right.
but I also know
I
that
mean, I
it's
know
gonna
you could
cost
have
us
an
a
air
lot
conditioner
to.
go out, I mean, you could have a lot of things happen, this-
Right.
a lot of things could happen, we're just, and then with you saying what you said there about maybe getting some inmates,
Well, and,
changes things a
and
little bit.
we have to have that building regardless of whether we have inmates, or we have to have a building. That's the only one we have right now,
Well, I know that.
because we have to have dispatch and
Yeah. So,
we have to have a jail.
guess you
to
could-
put-
check into it.
I'm waiting for a response from Sedgwick County. We have a meeting, set in a couple of weeks with the juvenile stuff again. So, I mean, at least we're moving forwards on some possibilities.
My,
I'm gonna reword that for you. I don't think we're moving forward on possibilities. You're listening to.
Listening to,
what,
yeah,
what people
options.
are wanting. I don't want that to be misconstrued.
right, yeah, we don't want that out
Right,
there.
sure.
Yes, but I would prefer the Sedgwick County deal,
So, yeah.
if it's possible, so.
It's a
All right,
lot
so
easier.
Are you good then?
Yeah, I just wanted him to be in the whole budget
I appreciate
conversation of options within your accounts and what we were thinking. And
Yeah.
just, and you're on the same page with the jail debt if it should happen, so that's good.
Yep, all right.
I mean, yeah, that makes absolute sense if we can pay that off.
I want you to think we were after your $90,000. Want to know if you've got, and the possibilities, I think we've laid out, you know, anything left, you can move to your reserve. Yeah, I
In
think-
2027,
Right.
other than, I mean, we should be, for the most part, okay with everything we have.
This is the rainy day fund, just in case.
Well, not so much a rainy day, but things happen.
Yeah.
We've
It's just
done
in case.
nothing but, I mean, stuff fails, and you see the age of the jail. We're not oldest among states that can, or in the state of Kansas, but we're not the youngest either. 30-some-year-old jail, it's gonna have to have some repairs, period. It's not for anything that we need as far as equipment, we're good on that. It's just we
Okay.
have to have
All right, well,
some
we need
hair
to,
done.
we need to move on, so
Okay.
thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Just wanted to keep you in the loop of our
Thank you.
thoughts.
All right, appreciate it. Have a good day. All right,
So,
If you wanna do that, then you can.
is that it?
I'm just waiting on.
You don't
Carly,
need to
and
be
then we'll
leaving,
move on to talk
Jody.
rates and
I have a
dates.
here in my office.
and, let's see, what was this one? Oh, that one was just a disclosure standpoint on 19. I, on the R&B Special Machinery Fund. And so in 2025, the purchase of our, are you on that page?
Page
What?
19.
Page
R&B
19,
Special.
yeah, that RB and Special Machinery. So that, those two numbers, instead of that contractual dump truck lease payments, in 2025, it should say the purchase of a dump truck is $373,471. And then up on the revenue side, there should be a reimbursement of insurance for $42.94. It's the same numbers, but it's broken out to reflect correctly what that money was used for. Does that make sense?
I'm not following,
Okay.
sorry.
So in 2025, we
Okay.
purchased the truck, so we need to have a line that says purchase dump truck for the
Oh,
373,471. That's the one that we bought outright.
Okay.
And then up under the revenue, where it says below transfer from road and bridge fund, we need to put in a reimbursement for insurance of $42.94. So the bottom line doesn't change, it just reflects what really happened in that account,
Right.
okay?
Yeah.
So you're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, and I'll check to see, cause is this the contractual thing we were talking about? Cause a budget is a snapshot and we keep moving, so I'm gonna check with Scott Lloyd on some of that, cause we kinda talked about, we keep changing some of the line item names and
well,
some.
this one we kinda have to, because it shouldn't be listed under a lease payment. Cause it wasn't a lease payment, cause it doesn't tie to our lease payment schedule. We purchased a dump truck,
One of them.
yeah.
And that's because we added the line that we probably shouldn't have, this is dump truck lease payment, so that's why we keep changing stuff.
No,
and
I
it's
like
over
that,
conflicting.
because then it ties to the lease purchasing schedule. I like that. Sorry. I know it's more work, but I think.
All right,
So, those were my only changes. So when I look at that final number and I compare it to our number last year, we end up being, how much was it? We end up being $74,000 more than last year. That's the bottom line. Cause actually, everything that we talked about, I guess we saved 2,500 in those discussions today, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, if we're discussing the rate, there's a few things I'd like to, talk about before we kind of go on the rate portion of it, or kind of
Okay.
what we're looking at. A couple of things that kind of perked my ears, if we're talking about reopening the jail, that's gonna be more employees, more employee benefits. I know the departments have discussed, like, next year, there's no way anyone's gonna be able to keep their budget flat, cause they've had to keep it flat. And the price of inflation is really starting to really hurt. And we are a growing community, we're actually growing really well as a community, and, staffing is a concern. So currently, right now, we're about half a mil over revenue neutral rates. Something you guys might think about is, so we're not spiking up taxes, is kind of looking at a longer term plan, and if we need to, look into the future and see, are we gonna have to jump really high in the next couple of years? Do we wanna start kind of looking at that? So because there's property tax relief that's coming through legislatively, I know Scott Lloyd talked to you guys about that.
I'd like to know exactly
Discussion,
what,
we don't know what it's gonna
I'll
look
believe
like.
that when I see it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
will too.
well, no, my concern is to kind of.
This is my concern because I get gnawed on about it every day.
Yeah, and I have no idea what it's gonna look like, cause it changed from one year to the other. One year that looked really promising, that would be helpful to our community, to last year, I don't know how we would be able to fit into that mold. So I don't know the year next year's gonna bring, so I just wanna kind of throw all those extra factors
I know.
at you. I mean, nobody wants to pay more taxes, I know I sure in heck don't, but it's not a large, I would not, it's just some food for thought for future planning as well.
Right.
My pie in the sky dream would be to figure out where that extra $500,000 could be cut, you know, to maintain revenue neutral, but
I can
don't
tell
see
you.
it.
I would say,
I can
we
tell
can
you.
tell you where to cut, do that at. I just don't know if it's, whether or not, like Scott Lloyd, and I'm just also repeating what he was saying, cause he was talking about other counties that he's experienced, and they do that and then run into issues, and so
Yeah.
that's why I just, cause cash reserve is the easiest place to do it.
Mhm.
Cash reserve is the easiest, cleanest way to do it,
Cause
probably.
we're talking, what's our, 1 mil equals about 107,000, I think. Is that right?
Thereabouts.
Thereabouts, close. So if we're looking at 6/10 of that, we're looking at $60,000.
Yeah, thereabouts, but,
Yeah.
but I just, you know, it's easy to talk about that, but I just wanted to also reflect with Scott Lloyd,
Yeah.
since we paid him
Sure.
and all that, so.
Well, let me tell you what I would say if we wanna make it revenue neutral. And I do wanna say that when I met with the townships and the cemetery, all the townships, except for, I'm gonna say except for one, but all my fire districts, townships, and cemeteries have aimed to be under R&R.
Have any
I don't
that-
think have I submitted any? No, I haven't, that have an R&R hearing.
No, I think I've gotten 4 or
Yeah.
5, yeah.
Have you had any R&R hearings?
Yes, I've had 2, at
Oh.
least 2.
So what I've worked with, 5 of my fire districts are ready to present, and I've worked on townships and cemeteries, and they are all aiming for R&R. And so I feel like we, as Ottawa County Commissioners, if we have an opportunity to do that, we should do that as well. I understand next year will be a different, you know, whatever it is next year, we're gonna face it and be able to explain it. I think the main thing for me is, that they are trying to use the same amount of dollars in their budgets, and we should, if we have an opportunity, we should do it. So this is my opportunity, if you guys choose to, and it would be on it's an employee benefits, and let me tell you why. It's on page 14. And we have this, right there.
Yep.
Okay, so we have, see that 57,000 transferred to insurance claims fund?
Give me a line number.
It's under employee benefits, it's almost to the bottom, it's highlighted actually.
Oh,
See that?
transferred insurance claims.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that 57,000 is going into that account on page 16, where it says insurance claims, okay?
I still haven't found 57,000.
It's,
That's the top box, about the 4th line up from the bottom. In bold, transfer to insurance claims fund.
Oh, I got it.
okay, so that 57,000 is going into the account that's listed on page 16.
Right.
And so what that account represents is what we had reserved when we were doing self-insurance,
Right.
right? The $609,000. So that 57,000, the only thing we're paying out of that account now is dental claims, I should say. I don't think we pay Delta Dental out of there. I think it's just dental claims.
I would double check with Jody, but I thought Jody told you why that 57,000 was important to keep. I know you
I
had a
think it's
discussion
just-
with Jody about that.
Yeah, I think it's just a cushion.
It's because our insurance rates are rising, and we cut the employee benefits, I think she cut it $200,000, and we don't.
Already this year?
I think it was, yeah, already this, for 2027, and that's, again, so we're not jumping and spiking, we don't know what insurance is going to do.
But we have built in our budget and employee benefits from 25 to 27, we have a built-in of $700,000. We have a cushion in there. And what I should say is 700,000, and that includes $654,000 carryover. So when you look at this account, let's just look at that cash carryover balance in that account. Our expenses, let's say 2026, I think 2026 are still high. When I look at what's trending for some of these, they're all less than 50% at June 30. Okay, so that 2,218,000 is still probably overstated. So we should have a larger carryover balance than the 1,298,000, okay? So, like, I'll give you just a real quick example, like that miscellaneous year-to-date is 0, so that's $40,000. So that would be pushed up to our cash carryover, right, if we don't utilize it? Okay, but, I'm thinking, I'm not gonna say which one, I looked at some of these and we were trending less, significantly less than 50%. So, anyway, I believe our cash carryover is gonna be greater than that 1,297,000. With that being, but keeping that in mind, see the 654 cash reserve in there, when you compare that to the total expenses for 2026, that's about 29%, which is a pretty significant reserve. And when you look at, we also have the 609,000 on page 16 as a cushion as well for insurance, right? You see that as a,
I would highly recommend talking to Jody about this budget, cause she's worked really hard on that.
you wanna bring her back up?
She can't, she's covering her office right now.
Oh,
But I know we're saying all these numbers and I don't have the information.
Right.
It's the budget she does, and I feel like if we brought Russ up to discuss his, we should at least have her come up to discuss
Right.
hers.
Yeah, I like the idea, but I think Jody definitely needs input into it as to if it will work.
Keep
why it
going,
won't,
that's fine.
why it won't.
So you think to take the,
yeah, well, so the key thing is, that if you go to page 25, and you show the amount that we're gonna levy, and you compare that to what we levied last year, the 8,884,000, the difference is gonna be, we just changed it there.
And that 2,500,
Yeah.
including that, yep.
So the difference is 71,530, and if we take out that 57,000, then we just take another 15,000 out of that cash reserve on the employee benefits. Like I said, I really believe our cash reserve is gonna be greater than that 654.
so will we know that before,
Even if we,
when will we know that?
even if we know the 654 is our number, that's a good cushion in employee benefits.
All right,
Okay, I'm confused. I want you to run the numbers by again. From the 71,530, you said minus 57,000. Where does that come from?
That's cutting from the employee benefits.
That's that
57.
transfer, that's that
Employee
transfer.
benefit. Okay.
Okay, another way to look at it, and I know Jody's not here to, but, so our, historically, our dental benefits have been about 40,000 a year that we pay out in claims. So she's transferring in, or it was proposed transfer is greater than what we're pulling out going forward. So there's really not a need to build up that reserve account. I mean, we wouldn't spend it, we wouldn't wanna spend it,
No.
I'm not proposing that at all. But, I don't know, I guess I just kinda take the feel of all these people that I've met with, and they've all said, I wanna keep revenue neutral, I don't wanna increase it. I think that if we have an opportunity to do it next year, if we don't have the opportunity, we just have the justification for it. I'm always saying that. I'm always saying if we right now can legitimately hit R&R,
fairly easily,
next year,
but we might not be able to next year.
next year we may not, but if we are not able to, I hope and pray that we have justification why. You know, I think we take each year at a time. And I'm not trying to strip down our cash reserves to zero. I
Well, no,
mean,
we're not,
No.
not taking that much.
so, can we put Jody on speakerphone?
She's not,
No, I think she's with customers.
Oh, she's with customers.
So it's whatever we need to do, we just need to set the rate today. So if you guys wanna say R&R, you'll have to, and then if this works, whatever Carla's talking about, then if it doesn't work, then you could find it somewhere else. Whatever the rate we set today is, you can't go below, or you can't go above that.
Right, we don't need to set it though today, do we? Don't we have
Yes.
next week?
No, you will have to sign the paperwork, and
Today.
I don't have access to that file, so I'll have to get with Scott Lloyd. And I'm just trying to repeat what Scott Lloyd has told us as far as.
I know what he says,
Yeah, so I just
but
trying to.
I also know, I know what he said, and I know what he deals with everywhere else. But I also know what I deal with, and I I know this isn't very much, but I just don't know of any other chance we're gonna have, in my opinion.
Yeah, if you guys wanna say R&R, that's
I
the
don't think
decision
there's gonna be
you're
another
making
chance to be
today,
R&R next
Yeah.
year.
Well, you know, so the key
I mean,
thing,
unless something
the
really
key
big
thing
happens.
is, so we anticipate an increase in valuation next year, right?
Right.
From, at least from an industrial standpoint. So if we go up R&R, we can say our revenue base went up. I said the whole thing about R&R is so horrible,
Hmm.
It is.
because even if we go up, they
And I
don't take
can-
into consideration our new industry.
Know who to blame too.
Well, oh, yeah, so, no, so if we have more industry, it helps our tax base, and our R&R might go up, but the cash makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But if we say we're going to stay at R&R, sign that, well.
We can't go up, we can't go back,
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
go back
yeah.
down.
well, we can go back down.
Well, no, we can't go up, if Jody
Right.
says we're causing a train wreck.
Right, but yeah, and if she says that, what I'm saying is, if that's the case, then I think there are also other places we could do it for, is if that, for
Okay.
whatever reason you guys decide not to do it, like others presenting, we can do it other places. So what I'm saying is, whatever you guys decide,
Let's
I
just
truly believe we
decide
can
to
make
do it.
work.
Yeah.
If you think there's other places we can do it,
It'd be cash reserve, I'll just tell you straight up, we can do it in the cash reserve.
I'm
and that's
not,
not that much money out of it.
Right.
Right,
Yeah,
that's
split
what
it
I'm
over
saying.
several funds.
Yeah, so I'm saying we have some options, if you guys wanna say R&R, there's different
Let's do it.
options
Let's do it.
to do whatever way you guys.
I think we
choose.
have the opportunity. I think our taxpayers would be happy.
Let's do it.
Yep.
And
Don't need
then-
to discuss it anymore.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Well, so my question is going to be to you,
I don't mean, I mean it. I'm happy about it too.
are you guys wanting to talk with Jody first?
No, let's just, if there's several options,
If
That's
you
what I'm
can-
saying, so when I presented to Scott Lloyd, my question is, if you're wanting to talk with Jody first, I could take out the cash reserves to start, so you guys have the paper to sign with the right number, and then we can put it back into cash reserve and do what Carla is saying, or do you want me to do what
let's do
Carla is
it,
saying
let's
and
do
then
it
talk to
that.
Jody?
I know, I only feel comfortable doing it if Jody's okay with the 57, to be honest. I think
How are
that's
we
the
gonna-
most legitimate place. And we can take a break and you can go talk to her.
Well, what I'm saying, Carla, what I am saying is, I would take the same amount out of cash reserve currently, cause we don't have to publish the whole budget, to reflect the money savings, the exact same money savings. And then, cause that's all you guys have to sign off, the rates, and then the ad valorem tax dollars.
Right.
And then, you guys could have those discussions with Jody, and then the budget itself, you could put that money back in and actually take it out of where you would want it.
Right, we can tweak whatever.
You
But
can
if
tweak
she-
it, it wouldn't change
if
the
she
overall number.
convinces us not to, we'll just take it out of cash reserve.
Right, but that's what I'm trying to figure out,
Problem.
which way you guys want me to do
I
it.
really feel strongly we should take it out of that place. But, yeah, I can't, to be honest, I can't imagine Jody's not gonna say if that's what you want. You know, maybe that's the discussion. I mean, you could run down and talk to her real quick and say, Carla wants to do this and this.
I'll
Are
let you
you?
run down there.
Well, I already have it in my head. Do you want me to ask her?
Well, you got it in your head right, yes.
Okay.
Run down there.
Do you
Take a
mind
10-minute
taking a
break.
break? Okay. I would like to have peace of mind that she's okay,
Okay.
since I think that's the most.
Do you know how long it'll be till she's free? Will she be covering the rest of the
Well,
morning?
she-
I'm not down there, I have no idea if she's.
Well, we'll
gonna
just
do
take a
anybody down
Let's
or
go.
not.
10-minute
10-minute break.
Yeah, 10
Okay,
minute
10-minute break, okay.
Moved and seconded, all those in favor, aye.
Yep.
You up, okay?
We've returned to session.
So I went down and discussed this with Jody.
Mm-hmm.
The ultimate answer, we had a lot of discussion,
I can tell.
and the ultimate thing is she said she is fine with those 2 adjustments to employee benefits. We pulled up year-to-date employee benefits, and they're trending at 30%. So there will be a greater cash carryover that's currently in the budget, hopefully. So she said she is fine. She said she's not in favor of R&R overall, the whole concept of trying to hit that, just on a,
Right.
and she also wanted to remind us that she is the one that has to field all the comments on our budget. And I told her, I said, well, this new website, we should be able to answer their questions. Like, people should be able to send us, if they're unhappy with the taxes. And to be honest, if we hit this R&R number and say, I said that should make it easier for you, saying, the commission went line by line trying to hit this R&R number this year. So next year, her discussion, even though, when you look at the distribution of tax payments, more of it is going to residential, from 40% to 42.5%. Anyway, she said she is fine. She's just on a revenue neutral. She doesn't think we should aim for revenue neutral.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but.
Nobody.
And
but the
I
taxpayers.
told her, she was talking about how we have major improvements like the windows and stuff like that, and I said, I get that. I said, but if we have an opportunity to R&R this year and we can't do it next year, we're not tying ourselves to it next year.
Right.
We're just saying, we have an opportunity, we're gonna take it this year, next year we'll see what happens, and we'll address it next year.
We'll sign it.
Yep.
Okay, so what are I wanna make sure I'm clear on the changes so that I'm aware, so we're gonna do, I'll let you just tell me, that way I can give that to Scott Lloyd and.
So you're gonna remove that on page 14, you're gonna
Okay.
remove the 57,000, transfer the insurance claims fund, and also to do that on 16, and the schedule of transfers.
Wait,
like the
wait,
pension.
page 16, I gotta do one at a time here, so I can make sure I let them know.
Okay, so
Page 16,
you're
take it
gonna
out,
pull
okay?
that out and make sure he pulls it out of the schedule of transfers.
Okay, let me do
Okay,
that too.
so
Well,
those
let
are
me
3
fix
things.
that page here.
Okay, that is page,
No, I'm there, I just gotta get flipped to it here.
sorry,
Okay,
page 3.
got it?
Okay, and the other thing is we'll reduce the cash reserve, and I believe the amount will have to be 14,530.
So we're gonna remove, or not remove, sorry, we're gonna lower the cash reserve in the general, is that
No,
correct?
employee benefits fund.
Oh, employee benefits, okay, page 16 again,
Yeah, 14,
14, okay. So we're gonna move that cash reserve down to what?
by $14,530, and that should give us $1 less than last year.
Well, zippity-doo-dah.
And it should be R&R.
Okay.
Good.
So if I miscalculated, it should be $1 less.
That's the goal.
Now, so the key thing is, and this is what I was telling Jody downstairs. I said, we take it 1 year at a time. We can't plan for everything, but we do have cash reserves in there for other funds. But next year, if we have to put windows in, and if we have to take out some debt related to windows, that's just where we are, right?
I think so.
And if we give up the jail debt, then we wash for a new type of debt, which would be the courthouse debt. I mean,
Right.
those are decisions we have to make every year, right?
Yep. There's one thing they cannot say.
What?
They cannot say that you're doing this to get reelected, because you are already gonna be reelected.
Well, and I guess I have to get one vote, no, I want people to vote for me.
I know, but I'm just saying, nobody can say,
Oh,
oh,
but
she did this just to get reelected.
But some people have, in
Well,
other
I know how people
counties.
are.
No, I mean, in other counties,
Yeah.
they put their counties in difficult situation the next year,
Mhm.
and I don't think I'm doing that.
No, I don't think so. Not, now, if it was a lot more money, that might be a different
Well,
situation.
if I could say something, I think we've got a major step, maintaining R&R and getting the jail debt paid possibly in 2027.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
just-
major.
I think so.
So I have it, so I will work with Scott Lloyd to make the changes you guys discussed, and I'll make sure too that it's we'll say $1 below R&R is where we're gonna set the rates.
Yeah, I
and
think
then
it's gonna,
tax dollars,
I think it has
correct?
to be $1 less than we collected last year.
I'd like to know where Jerry Ayers is.
And then, so the second,
He'd be happy.
the second piece to this is we need to set a date. So normally, if you were going to exceed R&R, the dates would have to be between August 20th and September 20th. Since we are not going to exceed R&R, we could, do it any time, as long as I have time to publish and, wait 10 days. I would recommend still waiting until sometime mid-August, just to
Right.
give people time.
Right.
And give me, so I won't get the R&R approval from you guys, the actual approval, until at least next week, so that'll be the 20th. In the paper the 24th, I wouldn't be able to publish till the 30th, 10 days from that.
30th of what?
August 10th, I'm sorry.
Of
Oh, sorry,
July?
of July.
Okay.
So 10 days is roughly August 10th. So I would definitely probably recommend doing it the week of the 24th.
I'm not gonna be here.
You are not gonna be here?
The August 24th?
Nope.
We can't do it on August 17th?
No, you can. No, you absolutely can.
Still the
I was
17th.
just giving us some leeway, just, because you have to have the 10 days. That's the biggest thing, you guys. You can do it the 17th, you can do it the 31st. Either way is fine. I mean,
Let's do it the
either-
17th, cause I'm not gonna be here.
You wanna do August, and do you guys wanna do it during your commission meeting?
Yeah,
Okay, what time? Do you just wanna do it?
Oh, we have to give a specific time now.
You have to give a specific time.
Do you wanna make it 10
8:30.
o'clock? 8:30? Oh, you wanna do it first thing?
we'll just, well,
I think,
Oh, in case people wanna come?
Right.
8:30?
well, are we talking the 20th?
No,
17th of August.
Oh, of August, okay.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
wondered nothing was jiving.
Burn your top.
Sorry, I was kind of roughly talking it out through my
17th of
head as
August.
to if when I get that, by the time we get to the paper, by the time we get it published, waiting the 10 days. So I was just spitting out dates there.
Yeah, I think-
So is 8:30 all right? Or, you know,
Whatever you guys would like.
Okay, and you're not gonna be here?
I'll be here for that, not the 24th.
Okay, 24th,
Well, we can't have any major decisions due that week.
yeah.
We can.
I'll go down that rabbit trail.
Gosh, what can we propose when Scott's out of town?
And again, I'll tell you, you guys can still go below what you guys have recommended before approval, you just cannot go above.
Right.
So, I'm just letting you know, there's still, I mean, if there's other things you guys would like to do, we could still go below, you just cannot go above.
So at 8:30, the 17th.
Mhm.
8:30 on the 17th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will get that all to Scott Lloyd, so next week I will bring in a paper for you to sign, and, yeah. And then, so I'm gonna make sure the next budget you see, I'm just gonna go up with ad valorem dollars. Ad valorem dollars will be $1 less than what we collected last year.
Correct.
I just wanna make sure, because that's the most important thing, is that dollar amount. So, using these changes, obviously, but if it's not, I'll, you know.
Okay.
But if we mapped out something a little off.
And that, one other thing, we're gonna correct that split between capital outlay for 2026, between leases and other.
Which we can do even after you guys sign the paperwork. That is the least of my concerns,
That's the
of
least of
those
your
changes.
concerns.
It's the dollar changes that I have to get into.
Okay,
right
so
away.
it's
But we
going
will
to
get
be
that changed.
8:30,
We need to.
the 17th of August.
Right.
Yep.
All right.
So I'll bring that next week.
So, do I have are you caught up?
Yep, I'm good.
Do I have a motion to pay the bills?
I'll move to pay the consent agenda, which consists of accounts payable of $781,565.86. And that includes that $678,000 for our KDOT project, as well as the minutes for July 6th.
I will second that.
It is moved and seconded to pay the bills at $781,565.86. That includes our KDOT project and also the commission minutes for July 6th. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. comments?
I don't believe I have any.
There's a miracle every year.
Oh, I'm sorry, I lied.
Uh-huh.
I lied, I'm so sorry. Trying to get everything around. I just wanna remind everybody that, voter registration, deadline, I'm gonna pull up my calendar here just so I give everyone the dates. Registration closes tomorrow, at 5 o'clock. And then we'll begin mailing ballots, and then early voting actually starts July 20th. We're gonna start it on Monday.
Okay,
and-
so is there also, yeah, go ahead.
No, that's it.
We're supposed to eat breakfast sometime with the
Yes, we are.
Road and Bridge?
I don't know anything
That's the
about it.
23rd. That's, did I write down 7 a.m.? We have to be
Yeah,
at 7 a.m.?
a.m.
Boy, they're challenging us a little bit
Uh-huh.
there.
On Thursday?
The
Yeah,
23rd,
Thursday,
yeah.
the 23rd.
I just looked at that 7 a.m. I hope I remember it's 7 a.m.
Okay. I don't know if I'm, depends.
Are these all for you, Tammy? These are laying on my desk. Are those all for you?
Oh, no, I think she gave one to each one of you guys. I already have one of these,
Oh.
thank you. Yeah, she gave me one. Oop, oop, sorry.
Oh, that was from Shelby?
Yes.
Oh, that was nice. Okay. There you go.
So, Dwayne,
Yes, sir.
got anything you wanna say?
Yeah, I do. I have amended the 1% sales tax proposal. And Jeff Ebel was here while you were downstairs, Carlos, so we kinda hashed out a little more, detail about it, so I'll
Okay.
just, I didn't print it yet, but I'll just read it to you. And
Okay.
I realized I have a more embellished, copy than this, cause I put the county logo up at the top, and then I signed down below, I put Carla Grant, First Commissioner District, all of that, down below, and then made it bigger print, so it kinda filled the page.
So what did Jeff say about it?
I'll read it to you.
Okay.
The Ottawa County Commissioners are investigating implementation of a 1% sales tax for funding healthcare services in our county. The immediate use would be to help further fund EMS and other healthcare services throughout the county with the following listed options available.
I like it a lot better.
Okay? I'll save it. I had it open.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Okay. So I will go ahead and, now how do we
Is this
handle
how the
that?
question is gonna read? You know, you have this KSA excerpt.
Mhm.
That's just, you just took that word for word out of there?
Yes.
Okay, I'm okay
Alright.
with that. Do you think, as long as you haven't printed it yet, have you printed it?
I'm not sure I even got it saved, Carla.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
think I goofed and hit the wrong button.
I think we should always say, and it's a 1% healthcare county sales tax, cause otherwise, I know that seems picky at the very top. If you can change it and put healthcare in there.
I'm gonna, just personal opinion, if I was to hear that, I would think it's only 1% on my medical costs. 1% healthcare sales tax. You might say sales tax for healthcare, but when you say 1% healthcare sales tax, I immediately thought you meant on my medical bills.
Oh, but you can't do that.
No, you can't do that. I'm just saying, as soon as I heard her say that, I'm like, wait,
I change the minutes to put healthcare in there all the time.
I mean, that's up to
Did you
you,
see that?
it's whatever you guys would like, I heard
See,
that,
he
that's
has it
what popped in my head.
in
and I
the
just wanted to
sentence,
say
he has it
something.
for funding.
Yeah, but if you wanna do that, I mean, it doesn't matter, I just thought about that.
I think I just lost everything. I read to you.
Mm-hmm.
The immediate use would be to further fund, I think we said, further fund. Would be to, oh, wow. My computer is not cooperating well.
So,
Immediate use would be
so
to-
Jeff heard this and he's fine with it
Yeah,
as far as us presenting it like this?
yeah.
And, so I was kinda, I don't know how, whenever I was down at the fair, I was gonna have a little, clipboard and just ask people if they were Ottawa County resident and ask their opinion on it. Are you guys okay with me doing
Yeah,
that?
sure. Straw poll.
Yeah,
I
and then
think-
I was gonna, do you want me to go as far as to say, which township you live in. I thought I'd ask them if they were Ottawa County, because I don't really care if they're not Ottawa County.
Right, I wouldn't go with township.
It
just
doesn't
ask
care?
them. Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
as long as they're in the
so I'll
county.
say it's not a random sample, but we just want general
Right.
opinion. So if I print this out, and can I just
He's
print
trying
this?
to type.
If I-
If you're talking to me, I'm in my own
Okay.
little world.
I don't
Scott,
think,
I
I
think
don't
I'll-
think he can.
I think
do
I'll
that.
take this with me, and then I'll just do a poll number, yes or no, down at the bottom each time I print it out.
Okay,
What do you think?
I think it'd be great. Better get a clipboard.
Get a clipboard? Yeah. I wasn't gonna hand these out to people, I was just gonna
Yeah.
keep a summary.
Yeah.
Are you agree with that?
No, I think that's fine.
Okay, I think I've got it again. I will read it. The sentence in question is, the immediate use would be to further fund EMS and other healthcare services throughout the county with the following listed options available.
I like that.
Okay, say,
I hate to be so,
Picky?
yeah.
Did you get with the healthcare tax things that changed?
No, he doesn't, I see your point,
I only even said something, because as soon as you said that, that's what popped in my head, I think, oh, I better say something.
we don't want that to pop in people's heads.
Could just be me.
No kidding.
Do you want mine?
Yeah, go ahead, Carla. Let him.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to go over the 5 fire district budgets
Hmm.
as they have approved them to make sure, okay, so it gives them 1 more week to respond to you before the deadline, is that okay?
No, but we'll do it
Oh,
anyway.
I'm sorry, that's actually a really good point. You guys will also have to sign off on the fire district R&R intents and dates.
Right.
So I will need those as well by next Monday.
So here's a packet for you,
Oh, you
and a
got 'em?
packet for Dwayne, yeah.
Okay. Alright.
I printed them all out, and a packet
Okay.
for Tammy.
All right.
And I thought I would go over these. So I have 5, they're all 5 are less than R&R.
Did anybody bark at you?
Well, you know, I think it's a big learning curve on, budget authority and
Sure.
understanding that. And,
I shouldn't ask that question.
I don't, yeah. So,
Okay, who's first?
so, O&L, which is Ottawa and Lincoln, which is Ada. So this one I did with Kate Backus.
Mm-hmm.
And, as you can see on the front page, he's less than revenue neutral. I gave you all the pages that we submit, just for a general idea, I'll just go through it. So the motor vehicle things I get from Jody,
Mm-hmm.
and then those others, they do have a debt on a tanker that they're paying off.
Mm-hmm.
And then the general fund shows that, on page 5, they're gonna levy $34,874, and they levied 36 last year. Are you with me on page 5?
Yep.
Okay. And their 27 still includes a cash reserve of $3,000. So this is kind of like all they have presented.
So, did they say anything, I don't know if this is time to talk about it, say anything about generator for their building?
For
Did
Ada,
Did any of them say they were planning on anything?
they did not, some of these I prepared before June 9th. But, so they have, $7,000 in their capital outlay account, and in 2026, they're transferring 15, in 2027, they're transferring 15, so they have monies there if they want to buy a generator.
All right.
I
So
think
they
it was more on the, it'd be a good thing maybe on the fire station, but I was trying to get interest in the community, for the community center to be used as a cooling station. Either one would be fine, they're next door to each other, so it's not gonna be a big deal.
In Ada,
In
Yeah.
Ada,
uh-huh.
Well, the fire station is
Yeah.
important that they have, one they can't open their doors.
right.
Anyway,
So that was, my discussion with, Ada, are you guys okay with that?
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And then the next one was the one with Mike Smith with Minneapolis. And they again are under R&R, if you see on the front page,
Yep.
and they're requesting about 69,000. They do have some transfers in there to their capital outlay account on page 3. They don't have any debt. And
That's good.
So there, if you look at, on page 3, where they levied last year 69,000, and they're levying again 69,000.
On page 3,
I'm sorry, page 5.
okay.
Sorry.
I couldn't see 69 on that page.
Yeah. And then they're carrying over a cash reserve of 164,000.
Well, I'm glad that they have that. I mean, really, I think that's important.
Yeah, and now-
I mean, I hope nothing like that had ever happened again, but if you burn up a truck or something and just everything's so expensive.
And the next page, it shows you that they do have a capital outlay fund, which, they have 120,000 in as well. So they're well, and they're just keeping their mill levy flat, so
Right.
I don't have I didn't have any concern with theirs at all.
I think that's good.
Okay, so you're okay with that one?
Yep.
The next one I have is Delphus, and I spoke with Chris Fruits. And, as you can see on the front page, they're not levying over R&R either. They're requesting 29,000. They do have transfers going into a capital outlay all 3 years. And then if you go to page 5, they're also levying 29,000, about 29,000 each year.
So,
Yeah.
has it been a process to get them to understand this? I know it's a learning curve for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I think, this year was harder in that each one, we're doing each budget individually.
Right.
Remember, we always had to combine, so for me personally, it was harder than last year because we had to break out all the valuations and stuff. And, I think the key thing is that they are getting familiar with the term budget authority. Budget
Right.
authority.
Right.
And even if you have the cash, you still have to have the budget authority, so.
Right.
And each district stands on its own budget, its
Mhm.
own budget.
Right.
It's not
Yeah.
blurred in. with-
So that's why it's so good they have a capital outlay account for unexpected. And so they have 59,000 in a reserve right now. So the only thing I'm waiting for Delphus is that Chris had mentioned that they also have 2 non-budgeted accounts, a fundraiser fund and a task force fund. And he hasn't gotten back with me with those. Even though they won't affect the mill levy, we kind of still need that information. I
Right.
sent him a message on Friday. I don't know if he's
He's
responded.
gone somewhere because,
Oh, is he doing a task force thing?
I don't think so. I think it
Oh.
must have been family because I've tried to get a hold of him and he always calls me back and he did.
Well, if you happen to talk to him, tell him Carla still needs those 2 funds
All right.
to complete it, but, he hasn't given, the hearing date is what we put in. So I'm gonna put all those hearing dates in. We'll do the fire districts that same day, the 17th.
As long as you guys are okay with that, August 17th.
Is it all right with you?
No.
I'm sorry,
Is it all right with
that
you?
works for me, that's usually what we do,
Are
with
you
the fire
sure?
districts. Yep, the fire
Okay.
districts and the counties together.
We'll do it that way.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
As long as it doesn't run past 10 o'clock. Kidding.
For the whole meeting?
I'm kidding.
Okay, so the next one I did, I skipped Bennington for now, and I'm going to Culver, number 5.
Mhm.
And I did this with Cool and Dee Dee, and.
Oh, well, I bet that went pretty good,
Yeah, it did.
really, compared to, well, I better shut up.
Yeah, so they're requesting 40,000, which is similar to last year. Most of them came in and said we want as much as we can, but stay under R&R. It was kind of an interesting approach, so they do have monies going into their capital outlay account as well. They don't have any debt
I
because of
forgot
that.
that they were taking over, that's why we haven't heard anything lately.
Yeah, so they don't have any debt because they sold that truck, right?
Right.
And
As far as I know.
and so they're in a lot, they're able to put some money into their capital outlay account and still, last year was when they had to do that big bump, remember, because of that,
Yeah.
they were cash flow problems, so.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that was theirs, their capital outlay, and yeah, so that went pretty smooth. You guys are okay with that one?
yeah.
If you guys,
I'm glad they're doing it,
Yeah.
really, it's,
of DD.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and
that's been a worry since the beginning of 9 years, I've been there.
I think they've gotten some new volunteers too, some younger volunteers, which is really
Good.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we'll do Tesca, which, worked with Brandon Baugh.
Yep.
And, they're requesting almost 78,000, which is similar to what they had last year. They're under R&R as well.
Speak of the devil.
I was gonna say, I heard.
Kentucky.
Oh. Hey!
Whoa!
I told
He
them.
spoke and he appeared.
Well, I told them.
God
they're
is gonna,
walking
you
good.
better.
Doing better. So got the cane gone and
Yeah, you're
everything,
moving.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a
So,
truck accident
yeah,
in Tesca.
yeah. I straightened the main street out, so.
So when he came here, he had a cane and was limping, and I was like, what on earth happened to you?
Yeah, doing better.
So do you want to present this? I was just getting to it.
We can kind of co-present it if you want.
Sure, you want to take the lead?
Yeah, I mean, I've worked with Carla on it. I think she put together, we put together some good stuff. She did a lot of stuff, and I think we have a better understanding of how we need to report stuff or do things moving forward, at least.
Again,
That's what we were hoping
the
for
capital
everybody,
outlay.
Yeah, we gotta keep our capital purchases separate from the regular fund, so, we're working on that. But I feel like last year we had a good year. We didn't have a whole lot of runs, but we did some increases to, some improvements to our equipment line. We did that 2024 pickup, we purchased that. We've since paid that loan off, so we're out of that. When we got our tax disbursement in January, and we went ahead and paid that off. I think it was at that time or May, but so that loan's free and clear and everything, and I think we're sitting good on equipment now. We've got some other stuff later on down the road that we'd like to. We did just buy a Jaws set. So we found a refurbished Jaws set for $11,000, and so we bought that. So
Did you have one before?
no, but like we talked about, I had my accident. We had to roll over in a little ways out of town. We had a head-on collision at the end of last year that we really couldn't respond to because we didn't have the proper rescue tools or anything. So
Did yours require,
what's that?
yours require a job?
No, no. Had some strong enough guys on the force that could just yank the door open. So,
Yeah.
so I think we've done good. We're improving our capabilities. We're doing it relatively efficiently, I think. I mean, just like this, we spent $11,000 on a refurbished set, and we get I think it's a 3-year warranty with them.
That's good.
So yeah, but
Does Culver have Jaws for life?
I don't know.
They had a set, but they're
I think-
they're really old and they're really heavy and
That was my thoughts too.
They're not-
Does
think
Ada?
Ada doesn't, as far as I know.
So the only people that do is Minneapolis and Bennington?
And us
Or
now.
Delmas?
Tesco,
Yeah, and us
No,
now.
you guys.
So, yeah.
Good.
So, which I mean, I don't know if every department needs them. They just need them somewhat close and I mean,
Delphus, I think, is thinking about it because they're close to the highway.
It would be
right.
nice to have something in the north part of the county, because by the time they get from Bennington or, well,
Many-
Minneapolis has some, I guess, that can get there quicker.
Yeah.
But,
Anyway, go ahead.
yeah,
So that's kind of some of the stuff we've been looking at. As always, I mean, gear and bunker gear and things like that are always stuff that needs updated. But
Do you guys have a generator for your building?
yeah, we have an automatic one that kicks on, and it was great during the blackout period. Yeah, so.
I'll tell you, I was over there and I was impressed with all the people in Tesca, the amount of people that were working. I mean, you know,
Helping?
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's a thing I love about small communities. Usually people rally together and work towards cleaning stuff
Right.
up and all. And it was nice when when the power crews came in and things. I think they had one from Kansas City or Illinois somewhere that came in and they got stuff going and everything. So.
Is your fire station then a cooling station, state air conditioned for the community? Do people?
No, we don't really have those capabilities. We just have, I mean, we have the station, And then we have a meeting room, a small meeting room that is air conditioned, so if somebody does need to go there, they can.
Do people go there to charge their cell phones or anything?
No, not really, I don't think so.
We only had one here in Minneapolis that drove in from Ada to charge her cell phone at the high school when we had that set up.
Just to
Yeah, a
charge,
lot of
just to
that-
charge their cell phone, huh?
But I
Okay.
think, but your cell phone's your lifeline if
Well,
you
yeah,
don't have
but
anything else.
I would think they'd have a car charger or something,
Yeah.
could charge it up and.
I've got solar
but-
banks that sit on the dash of my car.
Yeah, I've got an adapter that hooks to a DeWalt battery that you can charge
Yeah.
them and
Okay,
everything, so.
old school
This
people
was-
plug
but-
in our batteries.
Yeah,
This was a lady that was by herself, I think.
Yeah.
She
It-
just,
yeah,
I don't
and
know
if you
if
don't
they're-
have those, then yeah, you are kind of, just left hanging out there and all, so.
Okay.
I'm amazed, Brandon, that the income from the ranch rodeo went from $4,100 to $27,500, from 25 to 26.
I think-
That must be a misprint.
I was gonna say, I think one year was, 14,000, usually we gross around 14 to 18,000 out of it.
Okay.
So, I
Okay,
mean,
well,
the
yeah, that
net,
was-
the net with the sponsors and everything, I think was 27. And
Okay,
then,
yeah.
and then we took out the
Or-
expenses and the payouts and all, and I think
Okay,
we made
yeah.
around 18,000 last year.
Expenses was 12, yeah. So
Yeah.
it'd be 15, 14,
Mhm.
15, yeah.
Yeah,
Excellent.
John and Corey do really well, and some others do really well at getting sponsors for
Yeah.
it, and,
It's
And then-
incredible.
yeah, so.
I've never been, but I'm gonna have to try to get there this year.
Oh.
It's a good time, so,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's nice, it's even nicer when it's cool out,
Right.
so.
That
Yeah.
just doesn't happen though. When is it gonna be? Give us a date.
The last weekend in September, I
Okay.
wanna say September
That might be-
26th
that
or
might be
something
easier
like
to get
that,
to. Has it always been that late?
yeah,
Huh.
yeah. So-
Can I say something, Dwayne, to answer your question about that, ranch rodeo revenue in 2025? Some of it went directly into the capital outlay account. If you go to the next page,
Okay.
Mhm.
it's 23,662.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
combined, they
Yeah.
made, what,
They're
about
equal, about the same.
27,000,
Yeah.
which is
Okay.
consistent with 26 and 27.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
It was just, they put it directly into that
Right.
capital outlay
Yeah.
account.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
I didn't want you to think they weren't making money.
No,
Right.
I-
It's definitely worth our time to do it, and,
Yeah.
So
that's
uh,
true.
it was kind of unique.
yeah,
He's gonna,
but,
he's gonna try to keep the rodeo revenues directly in the checking account this year,
yeah.
so that there's no, between the two accounts.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah, we didn't realize that we couldn't, once we put it in the capital outlay, we couldn't move it back over into our checking account for the operating and stuff, cause we just have one checking account, so any capital purchases all come out of our checking account too, and so we'll try to do something different there, either separate checking accounts or something.
all learning.
So- Right, yeah. Yeah,
So,
but we're-
regrettably, you guys took a hit on your valuations this year, and I don't even know if you know that, but, you had 21 million in, for the 26 budget, and you only have 17
and our tax,
for the 27. You can't control that.
right,
We can't control
yeah,
that.
the valuations of
Yeah.
property and everything.
But I think you must have got hit the most from that,
Oh, really?
decrease in that northern gas pipeline
Uh-huh.
valuation, so it must have hit yours the
Yeah,
most.
what-
Probably, cause,
Probably.
4 million out of Morton Township is what we discovered.
yeah. Mhm.
And you guys have Morton Township in there.
Which I didn't know.
State assessed.
Well, and they don't pay any, do they pay taxes? Cause they don't, okay.
Yeah.
Cause our understanding was that they didn't, they don't contribute to the,
Oh,
that
they do.
depart,
We
okay.
don't have oil and gas for transmission lines.
Oh, okay,
That's what they, I
Okay,
see what
for the
you're saying, we don't
transmission.
have oil and gas here in Ottawa County, but we do have transmission.
Gotcha.
But our assessed valuation in Ottawa County is like 25% of our total assessed valuation.
yeah.
So we're very grateful for the pipelines that run underground.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because we don't,
That adds a
on
lot.
our total, that's a significant portion.
Mhm.
But you guys got hit. because of
Yeah,
that.
that and we got three booster stations in our area there,
So
so,
that's why you
yeah,
have
that was the
it
biggest
affected you.
probably, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mhm.
but
But
we're,
he's really good about, identifying what he's using his expenses for, like the
Yeah.
capital expenditures
I've
and
always
stuff.
been impressed with their,
yeah,
So,
we try to be as transparent
sheet.
as possible.
yeah.
Good, right.
And we're not requesting more, we're just requesting to keep the same, cause we're still building that up there, and like I said, we have a 1984 tender, or I think it's a 3,400 gallon tender, or 3,600 gallon tender, and it does what it needs to do, it shows up, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it shows up and it tenders water, and
It's a better use
everything,
than
but-
half.
yeah. But one of these days we might look at doing some improvements on it and things.
Somewhere did I see the sale of a pumper truck?
Yeah,
You guys had a pumper truck you were thinking about using, storing somewhere else in the county?
yeah, we're still working on getting that fixed. It's been a year and they haven't got it fixed yet. So, we did get one donated to us from the city of Hutch. And that's an impressive truck. I mean, there's a lot of storage on it, but then it's got a massive pump on it and everything. So this one, once it gets fixed, we got to figure out what we're going to do with it. Either find a place to store it so that the county has a spare, or look at getting rid of it.
Well, I know, I think Dee Dee said that, they were thinking about helping you store it so that it would be available to them too.
Uh-huh.
Does that sound right?
Yeah, well, I haven't talked to her, but we're open to anything, because I think it would be good for our insurance and for test kits, because one of the questions on that insurance rating is if you have a backup pumper truck. And so if we could have that, and
I think she was trying to figure out if it fit in their building,
in their building, yeah.
so you might
Which-
follow up with them.
Okay, yep, I'll reach out to her and find out,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Excellent.
It sounds like their department's coming along good and,
Yep.
and things, they've
We're
been
happy about
responding, yeah, so.
Sure glad you stopped by, your timing was impeccable.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he said.
Good thing she wouldn't say anything bad about you.
We could take the good and the bad, I'm sure we're not doing, not perfect, but,
Nah, she
but,
wouldn't.
yeah, we're trying to use our resources as efficiently as possible and be able to do good response for our people and everything, so.
Well, I think you guys do a great job.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Absolutely.
Well, I think I said this at another meeting, but I'll say it again, is that during that June 9th storm made me realize how crucial the fire departments are to assisting the first responders during those events. So
Yeah.
fire districts are very important.
Yeah, either traffic control or storm spotting or, you never know. Yeah, well, and when like our sirens went down, and so then 3 o'clock in the morning, I was laid up, but then the night, I mean, people were driving around with the sirens, letting people know that floodwaters were coming and things. So, yeah, and luckily it didn't get as bad as it did in September. So, thankful for that. But yeah,
Hate to
So-
flood out that post office again and still
Are you guys getting mail and tested?
no, that's
not yet.
Wednesday. I
Is it this Wednesday?
I came from there right before here, and we were just talking with it, and he said Wednesday. We're still on schedule for it to start getting routed there Wednesday. So it's been a process. We were joking as to what we to have first, a restaurant or a post office.
Let me know
So-
when the restaurant opens, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Especially
So
if it's as good as it
they
was.
they did get it sold, or they got a buyer for it, and they're planning to reopen it here within I think a month or two. So
I
yeah.
hope he's half as good as the
It'll be
last
good.
one.
Oh, I'm sure.
It'll still be excellent.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
I think the person that owned it or that bought it has owned it previously, and they ran a restaurant out of it before. They just got out of the restaurant business for 10 or 12 years. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
we're excited about that and having the post office back and everything. So, but yeah, if you guys need anything, give me a call or
I'm
or
glad
reach
you
out
came.
to us.
I should really encourage other fire districts to come and talk, because it's easier.
Yeah.
It's nice, well, if you guys have questions to answer, and like I said, we're an open book, so if
Yeah.
we need something, let me know, and
Super.
we'll do what we can.
Has log jam, have you been,
I think it's washed its way out, so I think with all the rains that we've been having, I think it moved its way on down maybe to, I don't know, down to Salina, yeah. So, they get to fight it again,
I
but
drove by and looked, and I couldn't see anything at all
I-
from the bridge.
I couldn't either,
I was
so,
gonna bring my drone to take a look,
Uh-huh.
down around the curve, but
Yeah.
haven't done it yet.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know how far it made it, but it's not as visible as it was before.
well, there's a bridge around the corner in there, an old one that,
I think so, probably,
we didn't-
yeah.
of course, I don't know if they use that or not, but.
Yeah, I don't think to the west they do, or to the east they don't, I don't think, but, yeah, so,
Yeah.
no. So, but yeah, I'm gonna be gone next week, so I wanted to try to make this one.
Yeah,
So,
no, I'm glad you
okay.
came.
So,
Thanks for
yep,
coming.
Yep,
Appreciate it.
like I
It's
said,
more,
that.
if you guys need anything else, if you need anything else, let me know, so we'll be.
Remember the fair starts tomorrow.
Yep, I don't know if I'll be walking in it, but I'll be riding in it at least, so representing the bank on that one, and then
Alright.
I think we gotta take some, taking tickets at the booth or something at the carnival a couple nights,
I
so.
think my wife is contacting the deal, she's treasurer now of the
Oh, okay.
organization, so
Okay,
got a
Yeah.
somewhat familiar face to work with.
yeah, nope, it's a good fair and it's nice that what's really good about it, I mean, just it's locally owned and everything, and that can keep doing that, cause I've seen what some of these other carnivals that travel around, and they're an arm and a leg to do tickets at those or anything, so, yeah, we're pretty good to have what we got, so.
Yeah, we'll look forward to
Yeah,
seeing
we're
you
lucky.
tomorrow night.
Yep, sounds good, so,
to
alright,
see you.
thank you.
Parade route.
What's that, on the parade route?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're showing off their vehicles, I'm just walking.
Yeah,
I don't know which one I'm gonna drive yet.
oh yeah,
I have so many choices.
right, you're not riding on the back of it or anything?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. In fact, my nephew's driving one, and then I think I get the leftover.
I think you guys just want air conditioning.
Yeah, you got air
I was gonna say,
you don't?
some of those classics, I bet they don't have it.
No,
Do
they
you have
don't.
air conditioning in
No.
yours?
No.
Oh.
Incentive for a convertible, so.
Exactly.
Well, thanhanks for
So,
coming.
you
That's
bet, you bet.
Great timing.
Yeah, it was,
Are you
Since
gonna
I
be in the
just said-
trailer tomorrow night?
What's that?
Are you in the trailer tomorrow night?
I don't know, I told him I'd help out, I think we've got some people, but I told him I'd help if I needed to, cause
Okay.
the first night's usually pretty busy, and so they might need help, pulling tickets or doing
Yeah.
things, so.
Well,
I'll
this
be
year my
around.
wife took 10 tickets in a spool, or she took 10 off of a roll, tore them off and put them in the back box,
Uh-huh.
and then 10.
That helps a lot.
While she's watching TV, it was something a little more creative or a little more useful.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
hopefully I
Okay.
just reach in, grab a strip or 2 strips, whatever.
That speeds things up a lot
Hope-
when you can
hope-
do those fast ones on those, so.
Hope it will be good.
Right. I think the weather will be nice at least, so it'd be warm, but
Will
it'll,
it be in the 80s?
Yeah, 90,
yeah.
maybe
But
late in
usually,
the afternoon.
usually as the sun
Still
goes
gonna be
down,
hot
it
enough, you
cools
need to have
off.
ice bucket in there for your candy to sit on.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah, it'll be warm,
My
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah.
Wow.
so,
All right.
Throw chocolate.
right?
No time.
Thank you, Brandon.
Yep, thank you
Thanks,
guys.
thanks for
you all.
coming.
So, have a good day.
Okay,
So the
Carl's done?
No.
No?
So the only one I didn't present was a Bennington one,
Mm.
and, so I sent him an email last week and said that I feel like the other 5 are done, but this one I'm not done with, and they said they had a meeting and that they wanted to, increase the ebb and worm dollars from 126,000 to 154,000. And I told him I thought, this email was to Bob Boss, I guess, Brian Breeze, was struggling with some health issues, not major, but, and, so Bob returned my email, and I told him, I said, I really think that, you should come and present to the commission, and I said either today, and the last day is next week to go above R&R. So, he's not here today.
Okay.
I would like to go into executive session for a minute though.
You don't know where they're gonna fall. They don't know where they're gonna fall.
Well,
R&R.
initially, because based on our partial conversations, I sent them a packet that had them right at R&R, just right below R&R, which was 126. And they came in and at 154, so I responded saying, okay, you gotta tell me what the 28, and then I said, I think you should come and present,
Yeah,
because,
yeah.
All right, so how long?
can we go for, can we go, how would that be, 13 minutes? 15, we'll do 15 minutes to 10:52, am I reading that right?
42,
Wait,
10:57.
That'd be 57.
57, okay. So, for, under the exception of, what do you call it, confidential information, trade secrets, is that what you call it?
Okay, trade secrets?
Okay.
And,
I think confidential data, I think is the official one, and I think trade secrets falls underneath that, I think.
yes, you're right, so confidential data and the trade secrets. And, for 15 minutes, to return at 10:57 to the commissioner room, to include the commissioners, I think just the commissioners.
Okay,
I don't think Tammy has to be here, so.
That's the
Okay, second,
Second.
moved and seconded to go into a 15-minute executive session for confidential data and trade secrets, returning at 10:57. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Shut off.
I already said that I
Okay.
requested them to
All right.
come. And, you know, I will, reach out to them and say, if you don't present next week, I mean, basically, they'd be limited to R&R, right?
Right.
Is that correct, Tammy? Am I saying that right?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Okay, can we start?
Yes, I'm sorry, I have everything
Okay.
up.
Yeah, so so no decisions were made.
Right.
So I had spoke earlier about, the Bennington Fire Department, that they needed to come and present. If they do not come and present next week, then will they be limited to R&R?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I.
Well, I guess, I say that so quickly, you guys get to decide, so ultimately you sign off on the budget. So you guys just have to tell me by July 20th, which is Monday, if somebody is or is not exceeding R&R, and if they're exceeding R&R, I have to know the rates. So yes, if I don't have, and if I don't get that paperwork, then I have to put that, entity at R&R.
Okay.
So I guess I'll communicate that to them again,
Good.
that,
I got your, I mean, I agree.
that I need them to come.
I
Just to,
agree.
I think you know, to be honest, Brandon was a perfect example of how wonderful it was to have him here rather than me share, right? So
Well, not
we,
necessarily, but I mean, yeah, it was nice to have him here.
so
but-
we need to encourage the other fire
Yeah.
departments to come if they're available, so. Anyway, do you want my other comments now?
No, I guess so.
Okay.
Turn the air conditioner on.
Oh, thank goodness.
I didn't hear it. Okay.
Now,
It's 79 degrees in here.
I know it is.
Wondering.
I'm sitting there sweating.
you say 89?
79.
Go ahead,
I won't
Carla.
sit here like what they do.
You're gonna have to yell, Carla.
Okay, so people tell me they can't hear me, I can't believe that. Okay, so, did you guys see those, sanitarian financials that they sent out?
Yeah.
That is a huge bonus for our city, our
Yeah,
county. I
yeah.
wish we could find other ways to reduce our expenses like that. Have you heard of anything like that?
That particular deal or
To
something
share with
else?
other counties, that we can share something that's required by the state with another county?
I can't think of anything, but this, there's a lot of people don't like the way that we did that, but that's been the best thing for our county.
From our county standpoint, I mean, so who's ever having those services is now paying for the
Yeah,
services
instead of us.
Right,
instead of the county-wide.
Right.
right.
So anyway, I wanted you to know that I mentioned, that I went to that meeting, that GOP meeting with Ty Masterson, and I posed those 2 questions and they did get back with me. So, what I did learn was, when we said, when, someone asked us, is it true that the state collects 2%? It's 2% of our amount, not 2% of the 5%. So let's say, if we collect $100, they take $2.
Who's
They
they?
take, the state, they take 2% of the dollars we collect. Okay,
For
what?
the differentiating,
Back up.
I'm sorry, for administrators, I missed what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the transient guest tax.
Okay, that's right.
Okay.
Sorry.
okay.
So we had talked about the 5% and that the 2% was going to the county.
Mhm.
Well, it's not, those aren't apples to apples.
Right.
The 5% we collect, the state takes 2% of that 5%. So if we collect $100, the state holds 2,
Right, and we get 5.
right?
Yeah,
Okay, I was just trying, it was clarification
Yeah.
of what the 2% was based on. It was
Right.
about,
Mhm.
based on monies collected.
yeah,
So,
money
yeah.
collected.
Yeah.
Makes
Does
a
that see
difference.
the difference?
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Yeah, there is a big difference.
Okay, so then, I asked them about the pipeline and they got back with me about the pipeline. And so they said that the way it does, and Tammy, if you disagree with this, since you're evaluation queen, let me know. But it says that they're assessed on a unitary basis, and then basically they give that total sum, the state values it, they give it to that pipeline, and then the pipeline distributes by county their distribution of it. And that information is given back to the Department of Property Evaluation, am I saying that correct? And they just apply that, there's no oversight then. So the next step, you would think, would be that they would look at that and see if there's swings, you know what I'm saying? In other words, once they come back per county and spread it, it would seem like they would, then when the Department of Property Valuation gets it, they would look at it again and say, if there's huge swings by county, to at least get it justified.
They just do it year to year though, don't they? I mean, well, the utilities will how do I wanna say it? They self-assess, don't they?
They self-assess based at once they have that unitary basis from the state. So the state overrides the total number,
Mm-hmm.
but then they control the distribution
Right.
of it by county.
But there has to be a formula for the county, like a percentage, no?
No, and I'm gonna caveat off of you on that, to include that when there are, like new transmission stations, they get to tell the state how much of it is ready or done or utilized for the state to value it. So there's also that other little piece they kind of control a little bit at the beginning on top of that. So we ran into that when they had built one a few years ago. We didn't get it on until last year. And there is current talk of possible legislation of changes because of the giant fluctuation in state assess.
Yeah.
And
So-
we experienced it.
Yeah, so anyway, I did send an email to Don Wolf, our representative, and I sent it to Elaine Bowers.
Mhm.
And I also sent it to Lisa Mosier because she's a personal friend of mine who's a representative.
Mm.
And just said, I think that we need some oversight on the backside just to make sure the swings don't happen to the
Mhm.
county because it affects us.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just wanted you to know I did get that information back. And lastly, I had a call from Sheila about the Golden Wheel, and she said that they're up to serving about 65 people per day, that the board members are serving as assistant site managers right now until they hire a site manager. And they've been calling seniors in the area and encouraging them to come. So when I've gone down there, there's usually at the most 2 tables, I'm thinking maybe 3, maybe 10 people at the most. And she said that they're having like 19 that come and eat in-house, which is really good. They are interviewing a new site manager tomorrow, but they said that they've had a lot of volunteers from, and help, and then I think they feel like they're turning a circle, even though it's all kind of, the board members are working hard.
Mhm.
But I was just glad to hear that they're back to serving meals, and she said it's really good. I think I said that the first day I went,
Yeah.
that we had the new cook, so.
Yeah. I talked to Bernice Wilcox, and the same sentiment there, they were filling in interim, until they get one, so they were glad to do it, but too bad it had to be done.
Yeah, exactly. So, and again, I'm gonna be in the parade too, you guys, just because you have cool vehicles doesn't mean that I don't get to participate.
I don't have a cool vehicle.
I thought you had a cool
No,
truck.
it's hot. It might be a nice looking truck, but it's hot.
So you put ice under your candy
I put a bucket of ice in there and set the candy on it, yeah.
so that it doesn't,
Melt
and it's not chocolate? What do you throw?
chocolate.
Oh, you
Yeah.
throw chocolate.
That's what I did 2 years ago, threw chocolate out of, it had been in the freezer and it was in an ice chest, and I figured parents were gonna hate me because it
Did it
was
still
gonna melt
work?
in their hand.
Did it still work?
I don't know, I got elected. They didn't hate me too bad.
They didn't hate you too bad. I steered away from chocolate, but,
Yeah, that, I should have in retrospect,
but they're gonna all love Scott. He's
Yeah.
throwing chocolate.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna or not.
I don't like to throw candy because I fear a kid starting out in front of the car, and my old cars had the original brakes, not the disc brakes and stuff, so they don't stop on a dime like the new stuff, so.
Yeah, I asked Brian Kendall when I called him, because I didn't look on Facebook like Tammy, and he just said, I said, so you can throw candy, that's true, you can? And he said, yeah,
Mhm.
because they have concerns, but so far they can throw candy.
Yeah,
And I am planning to go and do that straw poll,
okay.
Good.
whenever I'm available at night. I think they have the most crowds at night, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
necessarily during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is there some
Probably
day
the first
event?
night.
Is there
Yeah.
some day event I should hit?
first night, I would guess. I would say, yeah, tomorrow night. And maybe Friday night would be the big one.
Okay, well, I figured to go all the nights, I just, I wasn't gonna go during the day unless you think there's some event that I should go to,
No,
to get this straw poll.
it's up to you.
Okay. I don't have anything.
I'm done. Just wanna make a motion to adjourn
A second.
at 11:10.
Fair vote?
Aye.
All those in favor?